Hello everyone, my name is Katie and welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel. It is Friday, February the 6th. So we are now a week into February already and we have gone a whole week now. So what I'm going to do is, there's a couple things. Chaunda is slightly delayed. She'll be here soon. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting on Chaunda, there's a couple things that I want to do. And we're going to start by promoting two channels tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys so that we can talk about the two channels that I picked for tonight, and then I will share their links when I'm done so that you know how to get there. So just give me a moment while I get both of these done. And the first one we are going to do is going to be So Terry. We'll start with her, and then behind her is going to be Liana from Pastry Queen's channel. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my Zoom screen, and we're going to do a little short visit to both channels. And then, as I said, I will share their links in the channel after I'm finished. I have Liana's link in my bot, but I don't have Terry because I haven't interviewed her yet. And I'm hoping one day in the not so distant future, she'll agree to let me interview her on a podcast. All right. So someone in the chat, if there is someone watching right now, please let me know when you can see this. Well, maybe. We'll see. I got to grab a window. Hello, everyone. My name chat. Sorry about that. I needed to go grab the chat screen. Okay, so anyhow, as I was saying, let me know in the chat when you see the screen that says So Terry on it. Hello, it's me, Jessica Lee. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome. So someone let me know you can see the screen that has wow, we see a channel instead. Oops. That's not what you're supposed to be seeing. You're supposed to be seeing this. Anyway, let me know if you can see. Uh-oh. We might be starting with Liana's. Get off my screen. There we go. Okay, yeah, let's see what happened to it. Oh, no. I have too many windows open. Oops. Yeah, here we go. Let me know if you see Terry's channel or not. That's what I need to know. Do you see Terry's channel? Hello, Janet. It's good to see you. I'm enjoying that seam ripper, let me tell you. And hello, Bonnie. So y'all can actually see the So Terry channel. I'm going to go ahead and start talking about it. This channel name is called So Terry. And I do know that she has many singer featherweights and other singers machines, I think. She repurposes them. She fixes them and she paints them and she makes them all beautiful again. Right now she has 1.13 subscribers on her channel and with 148 videos. And she talks about her mini quilt frame. She has different things in here about the Grace mini quilt frame, hydroponics, and sewing machines. Let's go over here and look at her playlist. Okay, so she has a playlist about hydroponics, the neighborhood, Project Dress a Girl, dogs, looms, vintage sewing machines. There's lots of things about vintage decals applying to the sewing machine, free motion quilting, shorts, mini quilt frames, the Spartan 192K. I'm not sure what that's about. I'll have to go watch that one. The Singer 201 vintage free motion quilting. She has all kinds of things about how she restores the sewing machine, like this Singer Featherweight 221 that she restored. So there's all kinds of things here that you can watch and learn from. So make sure you come on over to her channel and subscribe to her channel and watch some videos. Hit the like button, make a comment on her videos because this will help her channel grow a little more. Let's see what she says in her about. She says, welcome to the channel where nothing goes with anything else. Her name is Terry. She has many interests that she shares here. She shares photos of her fur babies, They are family too. She likes to repair and restore vintage sewing machines. It is nice to grab a wreck of a machine and restore it and keep it out of the landfill. She is so happy when someone adopts one of the machines and puts it back into use. She loves to sew. She originally started making clothes and then more recently moved on to bag making and then quilting. She has a new love, which is hydroponics. She did have a setup years ago and moved away from it. Now she's decided to be growing again, especially her own herbs and salads. So she hopes you come and watch her journey. And this is So Terry. So let me share her link, and then we're going to move on to Leanna's channel. And I'll need someone to tell me, whoa, let's not. Uh-oh. Okay, someone let me know when you see Leanna's channel. And in the meantime, I am going to post So Terry's link. Hi, Jan. Good to see you. Hi, Sewing Wolf. Welcome, welcome. Okay, can y'all see Leanna Pastry Queen's Farm Adventures? Do you see that? Someone let me know. Hello. Anyone there? No, yes, maybe. Imaka? And hi, Gladys. So y'all can see Pastry Queen's channel screen. I'm waiting on someone to say they can see it. And that you're not looking at a blank screen. What do you see? Do you see something that says love, peace, and unity on the front of it? They're saying, yep. Okay, let's do this. This channel is Pastry Queen Farm Adventures. She has almost 4,000 subscribers, and oh wow, she's close to almost having 1,000 videos too. 972 videos. Would you look at that? And she says hello. Her name is Liana or Leanna. I'm not sure which way you're supposed to pronounce that. She says she's a quilt artist fueled by a childhood passion nurtured by her grandmother. Follow her creative journey on Pastry Queen's Farm Adventures, where she blogs, makes videos, and shares tutorials for her quilting community. She works with fabric designers and industry leaders. She brings unique creations to life. Each morning marks the start of her quilting adventure, crafting sample quilts, editing patterns, creating masterpieces inspired by crafting sample quilts, editing patterns. Wow, I read that already. She is inspired by nature, food, and her surroundings. She also is on a mission to breathe new life into fabrics with love, detail, and care. So join her over here on her channel to follow her little journey. She does collabs. She does have a playlist. And her playlist has lots to choose from daily live shows to using panels and quilts, UFOs and WIPs, quilting challenges, cooking videos, quilting hacks, Christmas quilting, cotton cuts, PMQ, info, she does that. Quilts of Valor, Creative Notions quilts, Fabric Cafe, Showstopper, field trips and adventures, ginger quilting, quilts by Fabric Hut, 3-yard quilts. She has so much to choose from. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So there is plenty here for you to watch. She does go live in the morning time, so you usually can find her pretty early in the morning live before she goes to work. So there's all kinds of things for you here. So make sure you follow her link. And if you're not subscribed to her channel, subscribe and watch some videos and hit the like button and comment, on some of her videos. I know that she would appreciate that. So that concludes the other channel that I planned on highlighting tonight. Now, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute because there's something I want to talk to you guys about. The other day, Linda says, good evening, everyone. Hi, Linda. Hello, Giovanna. Who else came in here I didn't say hi to? Okay, I think I got everybody. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to sharing the screen in just a minute. And there's a couple things I'm going to walk you through how to do. Because I think if because some don't know how to do this or don't know where to find it, so I'm going to show you how to find it. And I'm going to be using my laptop as part of the little how-to. And the other is I'm hopefully going to be able to use my Android phone, my older one, to show you how to get there using your phone. All right. Make sure I can log on here with no trouble. Okay. Yep. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share the screen. And I'm also going to record this part because I'm going to pull this down, or I'm going to download the video. And then I'm going to cut the part out that shows you how to do this part. And that way, if someone has a question and they don't know where to find it in my live, there will already be a pre-record of this. And I'll make sure I will make sure it gets uploaded within the next couple of days. So this is about how to post on someone else's channel community tab. Some people have trouble finding the right place to go to do it. And so the plan is here is that's what we're going to do. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to go to the person's YouTube channel. Can someone let me know when you see Leanna's page again? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the YouTube channel to my channel because I don't know if she's got, well, she does have hers up. Okay, we can use hers as an example. Let me know when you see Leanna's page again. And so this is how to post on another channel's community tab by visiting their community. Let me know when you can see Leanna's page. Anyone? Can you see the screen? No, yes, maybe. Let me know. This is how to post on someone's community tab. Okay, I'm just going to get started and hope for the best. Okay. So we're going to go, we're already on Leanna's channel. And up here at the top, do you see where it says visit community? We're going to click on visit community. And it's going to take us to her community tab. And then I'm going to, and all you, so if you want to, you have the ability to do two things. Just say, hi, how you doing in text. Or if you want to post a picture, you can also do that. So I'm going to say, hi, Leanna. And then I'm going to put down below, this is a post showing others how to post on our community tab. And I used your channel as an example. Okay, now I'm not going to post a picture, but I'll show you how to go get it. You click on image, then you click select from your computer, and this is using a computer, you guys, either a laptop or a desktop. And then you come up here and you pick a picture, then you click open, and then after you see it on the community tab here, then you go down here and you click post. Now, I don't know why it's not going to let me post. That's interesting. That should have let me do something. Probably because I went, oh, okay, never mind. Let me try that again. So basically, I'm going to rewrite this again. I am posting. Say hello while I show others how they can post on our community tabs with ease. So since I was already on your channel, I post it here instead. Okay, when you're done writing, then you just click post. And then there you go. It'll show up on the post that I posted something. I might need to refresh. Let me refresh. And there it is. The post is there. Okay. And that's all you have to do. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to unshare. Did I not share this? Uh-oh. Did y'all see that or not? Hi, Feral Quilter. Okay, sorry. Let me try again. I messed up. All right. Oh my God. All right. Never mind. I'll just go to my own channel and share the screen. Okay, sorry. I must have not told the thing to share. So we'll start again. So sorry. Everybody makes mistakes sometime. And I'm pretty good at doing that. So we'll just start again. All right. Let me make sure I share the screen this time. That's why nobody was answering me. Okay. Let's share the screen. All right, and I'm going to go to my channel, and someone please let me know when you can see my channel screen. It'll be about a 30-second delay, and you should start seeing it. So let me know. I'm sorry about this. We'll do it again. Okay, let me know when you see it this time. So how's everybody doing while we're waiting on the screen to show up on y'all's end? Someone say yes when you see it. Okay, so Jean, you're saying you see it? Okay, all right. Now let's try this again. Okay, so if you want to share a picture, and the reason I'm showing you this is because there are viewers who do not use Facebook but want to share the pictures of their work. And I have said many times, you know, you can also share it on the community tab or you can email me. It's okay to do both. So, but if you want to learn how to do it on your own using YouTube to share your pictures of your projects because you don't use Facebook or because you would rather show it on YouTube, you can go to a YouTube creator's main channel, which is this is what mine looks like. And right here where I just put the mouse with the hand finger on it, you see where it says visit community? You press visit community. And it's going to take us to the community screen. And then you can say, what I usually do is I say, hello, GQ friends, posting a post about something special. You know, I'm just making this up. Now, you're not going to see, only thing you're going to see on the screen when you come to my channel is the image. The rest of these things you see, you will not see because I have them on my channel because it's my channel. But if you come and visit, you will only see the little image button here. So if you want to share an image, you click image, then select from my computer, and then let's find a picture to share. Let's post this one. Okay. So once you see that on the screen, if you like the way it looks, then you click on the post button. You hit post. Okay. And then it will show what you wrote up here first, and it'll show the picture that you shared. Okay. So does everybody understand how to do that? Let me know if that was easy enough for all of y'all. Does that make sense now? And as I said, I will be downloading this video and cutting this portion out to make a pre-record so you guys can use it for reference purposes. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to show you is how to do it on your, if you use an Android phone. Now, I'm sure that some of you have iPhones, and maybe a channel creator who uses an iPhone can make a video about their phone, because I'm sure it's different from the phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here. I'm going to come up here to this phone, this camera right here, okay? So you can see what I'm doing. And I'll put this phone up here. And I'm here on my channel. And do you see where it says community right here? You're going to click on community. And then it's going to take you to the screen. And then you can say, you can post something here. I'm going to say hello. And then if you want to post a picture, you go down here to this itty bitty icon right here. That is where you pick your photo. So you click on that. And then I'm just going to pick a picture for you to see. And then you click right here. It says next. Click next. And then click done. And then when you look down here, you'll see how it posted your post to the community tab. So that's how you find it. Every time you go to someone's channel using your Android phone, you're going to see this, or you should be, unless it's something different about your phone, it should be somewhere in this general vicinity. But you got to make sure they're actually you're on their channel screen, the main page, not one where it shows a bunch of videos and stuff. It needs to say this up here, and then up underneath it will say community settings. And that's when and then below that is where you can post. Wait, let me go backwards. I think I just told you wrong. Sorry. You'll see Greenland Quilter here. And then down here, you'll see community, and you click on community. Then you come over here to make your post. Everybody okay with that? Did you see all of that, or you want me to do it again? Hey, Chaunda, I'm showing them how to post to the community tab.
I'm listening.
Does that make sense to everybody? And this is how you can post your pictures of your projects on any of our channels, especially if you're doing a sew along with the channel. The channel's really quiet tonight. Okay, she says, we're good. Okay, all right. So that's what I wanted you to see. Okay. All right. That concludes. And like I said, I will download the video and cut that part out, or either I'll make a new video on where it's step by step without any yeah, now I don't even know what I'm saying. Yeah, either way, I'll make sure I get a video up so you guys can see it, okay? All right. Okay. Hey, Chaunda, what's up?
How you doing?
I'm good. What about you?
Um, Nothing much. I mean, I just sorry I'm late.
It's okay.
I wasn't supposed to go into the office today, but things didn't work out. Adrian's mom had an incident one of the days I was supposed to go into the office, and we had to like call the uh emergency services. She's okay, but it kind of threw my schedule off for the week.
Uh-oh. I hope she's doing all right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, good.
So
Yeah.
I had to work from home on Tuesday because that happened. No, not Tuesday.
Okay.
Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. One of the days I was supposed to go into the office, I ended up having to work from home because of what happened with her. And so I had to go in today.
Okay. And Jessica, you are right. As long as they do have their public community or their public community activated. If you can't find it on someone's channel at all, then it's probably not been activated. But more and more are starting to activate it because they're figuring out how to activate it. You know, when you don't know how to do something, sometimes it takes a little while to understand how to do something, especially when it comes to YouTube. Don't we all know that one? So what do you plan on working on today?
So a couple things. I need to finish sewing my borders on this project here.
Awesome.
And once I'm done with that, I'll probably do some cutting. I may do some binding. I may decide to cut my backing and um, what do you call it? Uh, batting. I'm not sure.
Make a sandwich.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Okay. All righty then. And I forgot to share Leanna's channel, so hold on a minute, you guys, because I showed them her channel. Let's hope I put her name, spelled her name right. If not, it'll tell me in a minute. By not answering me, I think I spelled her name wrong. In fact, I know I misspelled it. Let's see if it has one N in it or two N's in it. There it goes. So here's the Liana's channel too, because I showed them both Liana's and also So Terry's channel tonight while I was waiting for you to come in. Okay, what am I going to work on? Yesterday, I told you guys that I was planning on working on block number 33 from the 1000 block because we're getting close enough. I think I only need to do 2 more blocks and I'll be ready to start putting sashing on all these blocks. But that means that I'm going to have to clear off the dining, move things away that's in the dining area so they can have the whole floor free to lay a sheet on the floor. And we're going to lay out the blocks so I can figure out how I'm going to lay them out because I don't really have a big enough place to do that in. Hi, Sherry. So this is the block we're working on today, and this is called Spinning Star. That's what that, so this is nothing but quarter triangles and half square triangles. So this should not, it shouldn't, but you never know with me. We might get it done tonight, or we might not get it done tonight. We will see. All right, and here's the colors I plan on using. I'm going to use this orange red. I'm going to use this yellow, this interesting color blue, and this interesting color green. And y'all aren't going to believe this, but this came off of a batik piece that has the front side of it has this on it. And on the back side, you know, behind the fold on the other side has, one side had green, one side had blue. It's like an ombre, sort of.
Okay.
Sure. But it's like the front side had the blue and the back side had the green. So it should be interesting putting this together. So I'm going to just start sewing that. I've already got my foot on. Let's see what everybody else is planning on working on tonight. So y'all tell us in the chat what you plan on working on. And hi, Sherry. It's good to see you. Hello, Dubrovka. I'm glad you're here. And hi, Carrie, because I think I missed some in here. Jessica's here. Jean's here. Sewing Wolf's here. We got lots of people here. Linda's here. Yeah. So, and I also posted a question, and we'll see how many people were paying attention when I was talking about this. You want to know what the question is, Chaunda?
Sure.
So the poll is, what group of people created the technology for a kayak? And here are your options. Option 1 is Native American Indian tribes. Option 2 is Japan and South Korea. Option 3 is Inuit, Yupik, and Aleut. And I probably said that wrong. And number 4 is Australia. So let's see. In an hour, I'll tell you what the answer is to that one. But I have talked about it, and if you were listening, you will already know the answer to that one. Right? Are you cold?
It is freezing down here because I haven't been home to put the heat on. This is the converted garage area. So
No.
I only heat it when I'm down here. I keep it at like 62 degrees so that it's not like freezing outside freezing. But when I'm working down here, I have to put some heat on. And so since I haven't been home today, it is very cold down here.
You want to hear something interesting?
What's
You know how
that?
I said You know how I think I mentioned yesterday that it snowed and it was cold outside? It's not cold outside right now. Well, for some people's standards, it would be because according to my bot, it says I'm around 39 degrees. We got wind from the south and all that beautiful white stuff that I saw yesterday while I was sleeping and I woke up to it is melting. All that sweet white frosting is melting in the rain. No, in the wind, not the rain. All right. Let's see if we can't get this thing laid out. This is going to be interesting, let me tell you, because we're using two different size blocks. All right, so we have these right here. Which means this has got to be the pinwheel right here. So we're going to use yellow and blue for the pinwheel. That really, oh, it's this we're going to use for the pinwheel. Okay, we're going to start at the top first. Okay. The cheeks don't want to come apart. Isn't that funny? You see this? I'm having difficulties here. They don't want to come apart. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to lay out this red and green. We're going to do one quadrant to start with, probably. Just so I can get a lay of the land. All right. Okay. Then we're going to turn this dark blue up against like this. And then we're going to have one like this. And one like this. And then, wrong direction. And then we're going to have this like this. Okay, so that's what that's going to look like. And then down here, we're going to have the green is going to go here. Yeah, there we go. Got it going in the right direction now. And then the orange is going to go like this. And then we're going to put this green on the other side. Like that. And then the orange is going to go like this. Can everybody see that? Wow, that camera's making that look really bright. What do you think? I know it looks confused. Just ignore this part. Hi, Mona. Think it looks good? It kind of looks Christmassy, doesn't it? Let me put the other side on here so you can see it better. And then I'll spotlight it real quick so everybody can have a quick look. Okay, I'm gonna add on this side so you can see what's going on. All right, now I just gotta make sure I put it all on there right. So this lighter color is the orange. It's going to go like that. And then we're going to have the green that goes like this. And then the orange is going to go on the other side of that. baby steps here. And then here's the other side of it. Now you should see a half triangle, sort of. Okay, nope, wrong way. There we go. Now I got it going the right way. There we go. What do y'all think? Y'all like it? I'll spotlight it so you can see it better. And that's one side of the block. Carrie says, have fun, everyone. Company at the door. Ha! It will go faster now, says Sherry. So what do y'all think about this? Do you like it or do you not like it? What do you think, Chaunda?
I think it looks very happy.
That's the idea, is to make it happy, especially the mood I was in earlier. Someone peed in my Wheaties. Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts to this. This is going to be fun. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the rest of it not set up yet. I'm just going to sew this one side. So I'll sew these two together. And then I'll probably sew this to this, this to this, and get this piece done. And then it'll be this one to this one and this one to this one. And same thing, 2 to 2. And then I'll sew all of it together. And Sherry says, I like it with the blue. And Dubrovka says, nice. Yeah, this blue and this green came off the, I'll show you what it looks like so you know what I'm talking about. Now I keep in mind I cut it down the fold, but this all was one piece of fabric. You had blue on one side. I cut it down the fold so it's not attached to each other. But anyway, yeah, once, oh, need to unspotlight myself, sorry. You're not seeing what I was talking about. So it came as one piece of fabric. So one side looked like this. The other side looks like this. It's all one piece of fabric. And I didn't know it was like this when I bought it. I thought I was buying blue. And when I got it and opened it, I discovered it had green on the other side of it, which is okay. Because if you look at this blue fabric real closely, you can see there's green in it. See that green?
Mm-hmm.
And so it makes sense that this is the same thing. And then if you look at this, the back side, you can actually see blue in there too. So this should be fine putting it together that way.
Kind of a gun.
I know, right?
No, I meant my bobbin thread ran out and I didn't realize.
Uh-oh, I'm probably going to be playing bobbin chicken here directly.
So I just sewed on an entire border strip and I only had 3 or 4 inches of thread.
What do you mean it doesn't look like the one in the book? Oh, because I'm using colors the way I'm doing? Yeah, it's not going to. My blocks usually don't. You'll see it when I get it all sewn together, but it's just not going to have that same effect that the book has because I didn't use any white. I'm using yellow as the light color. But I've got it turned the right. Well, one of the reasons it's not turned right, if I straighten all of this out like this, because I have it at an angle right now. Let me fix that so you can see it better. Let's get a square corner on here. And this blue is supposed to be where you see the red in the block. And then you have the hourglass, which is the cream color. I'm using yellow instead. And then I'm using two different tones. Unless I don't think I got this turned the wrong. Oh no. Nothing like ditching your pieces on the floor. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay. Let me make sure I have this laid out right. Because this is the center and this is going in the right way. And then we have hourglass here and hourglass here. This is pointed. I know why it doesn't, I know why it's teasing you, I think. So let me get this other orange piece. Something is wrong. Got this and this. Yeah, it goes like this. See, if I'm not careful, I'll overthink it. Thank you, Sherry. Please do hit that thumbs up. And then we're going, I'll add a little more onto the side so you can see it better. And hopefully that'll help. All right, we need,
I wonder if it's because it was just half the block. They couldn't see the star coming out.
yeah, because I don't see the star. Yeah, because right now you're not even seeing the pinwheel at the moment. Because the pinwheel is like over here. Yeah, let me try. I need a design board. Because I think that's what's teasing everybody. Let's get a design board out. It'll make better sense probably. Let's get this laid out.
It's so cold.
Hold on, you guys. Let me get it laid out. I'm gonna put that blue right here. And I'm gonna put the other blue the other direction. And the yellow's gonna go in between. Okay, now then, we need this facing like this. And then this one's gonna go like this. I know you can't see what I'm doing yet, but I'll show it to you in just a minute. Like this. And this one's going to go down here like this. And we're going to have this yellow triangle going here. And then we need this blue. And then we have to have this corner, which will be one of these and one of these. Okay. Now then, I know I'm putting it together weird. That might be what the problem is how I'm putting it together. All right. Okay, let's do this one like this one like this. I'm gonna try to, hold on a minute, you guys. Let me see if I can't lay this board out here. We can see it now. Because I got part of it starting to lay out. Okay. All right. So we're all the way down here. And then there's going to be orange here. Bear with me here, you guys. And then we're going to put the green down here like this. And yellow right here. All right. Everything's not straight, okay? You all, just so you know, I'll refix this when I'm done. And then we're going to put this orange. I love your color choice. Right up my alley, says Chris. Thank you. Okay, we got that corner done. We got this on here. Then we need to have this on here. And it's like this. And like I said, this is crooked right now, so bear with me here. I'll straighten it up after I get it laid out. And I think I shortchanged myself in the middle, possibly. No, I didn't. I thought I did, but no, I didn't. Okay, and then this is going to go like this. And then this will go, we need the yellow down here, like that. And this is going to go like this. This will go like that. And then this like this. And then the orange is going to be like this. Going here. All right, and then we need to put kind of got myself all boxed in here, looks like. Yeah, I need to move things around again. All right, and then that green is supposed to go down here. So I have everything. All right, hang on a minute. Let's get this laid out a little bit better. Vicky says hi, Chaunda, and hi, Katie. Hi, Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
Yeah, I kind of got everything a little bit crooked here because I'm doing it left with one hand instead of both hands.
You gave it to me.
Yep.
I don't remember picking it up.
So let me get it all straightened up. Still gonna look a little crooked, but that's okay. It'll start looking better when we start getting this stuff sewn together. That's the main thing, is trying to get it all sewn together. Okay, then the center is what I'm worried about.
Okay.
Because it looks like there should be a pinwheel here. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sew pieces of this together so I can get a better idea what's, because there might be something I didn't cut. All right, but I think it'll work once I get it all done. Hey, Laura, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing all right and everything's good in your world. She says she's been listening for a bit. She's taking a break. She thought she could recognize my fabric. She thought I could reorganize her fabric a few days wrong. I've been on it a week now, refolding everything. Yeah, it takes time to get organized
Yes, it does.
because you create a mess while you're trying to get organized. Or at least that's what happens with me anyway.
That's it. Me too.
It's like, okay, I'm supposed to be cleaning up, but I'm making a bigger mess. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do these corner ones first. Katie, what name would Greenland be in the Olympics? If they don't get to do it underneath their flag, it'll be up underneath Denmark. They'll be flying a Denmark flag. But I was hoping that they would get to fly with their flag, so I don't know. It's probably Denmark. What machine do you have, Chaunda?
I have a Janome Memory Craft 9480. I bought her at QuiltCon 2 years ago.
Me and Chaunda are we like our Janomies. And I just messed up this one. Dang it. Now I don't know which direction that was supposed to be in.
It was a very expensive lesson because I didn't need all this machine. I could have saved a few $1,000s and got something, a lower model. But we live and we learn.
I'm really happy with my 6700P.
Yeah, I had the what was it?
The 66, wasn't it?
No, I had an 8600 QCP.
Oh, okay.
8600, I think 86 or 84, something like that.
This was supposed to be like this. And this one was supposed to be like that. So
Took me about a year and a half to pay it off, but mine now at least, you know.
that's good that you got it all paid off. My husband made a comment. He says, because he knows I want a specific ring. He says, for the price of that ring, you could get an M8. And I looked at him when he said that. I'm like, you just had to drop that little one, didn't you? Because now it's like, do I want the machine more than I want the ring? Laura says, Shonda, I remember when you bought it and shared it on your channel.
Mm-hmm. I did. I forgot about that. I haven't been in the chat since we've been on. I need to get on the chat.
Trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Jaja, how are you doing? Jaja. right, where is my seam roller at? There it is.
This project that I'm working on, the eyes for the snowman are supposed to be appliqued, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do that.
So how are you going to do it?
I've got some black felt, and I'm just making some eyes that I will glue on.
Good idea.
Because it's a seasonal project, so it's not going to be, used often. So it's not going to be washed often. So it should be fine.
I have been awake since 7:30 this morning. Thought I was going to get a nap this afternoon. Wrong.
Yeah, it's later for you than it is for me, but I've been up since 6.
Yeah. So you've been burning the oil all day too.
Yeah, Adrian took his mom back to Georgia last night. And so he got back this morning. And then I had to take him to work this morning because when he when they took his mom to the hospital, when he brought her home, he was trying to get her as close to the front door as possible. So he went in our front yard, and we have a very, very, very wet front yard.
Oh,
and
so
we've
it's all
had,
soggy.
So his car has been stuck in our front yard.
Uh-oh, that's not
Wednesday. Good. Yeah. So
that's not good.
Yeah. But I believe he's out there with my brother-in-law right now trying to get it out.
Well, hopefully they'll be able to succeed without tearing it up too badly.
Yeah. But he does all the yard maintenance, so it'll be his job to fix, not mine.
I remember when we lived in Christmas, Florida, until my dad put ditches all the way around the property. Every time it would rain, they would get stuck because it was just like all of Christmas wanted to be flooded whenever we got all that rain. So
it might have been. Oh, go ahead.
He put ditches all the way around it and then put it like a little mini pond on the back side of the property. And that solved all the problems.
Yeah, I don't know how to do all of that.
My dad was always doing funny things like that because he, was talented that way, I guess. And we used to, whenever we get flooding rains, us kids would get out there and play in the ditches that he had dug. When it was full of water, we'd be swimming in the ditches when really we probably shouldn't have even been in it. And I never could understand how water could have fish in it when we were nowhere near a river. But they came from somewhere.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, we didn't live that far from the St. Johns River, but it wasn't like on our doorstep or anything like that. You had to drive like 10 miles or something. Maybe a little further. I don't remember now. A long time ago. I wonder if it's still a waterlogged place. I haven't seen it since my teenage years, I think. So what I'm doing is I'm picking parts of this to sew first, and then I'll put it back down here. And at some point, we'll have a little bit better organization of this block because there's a lot of moving parts on this block. Because I got to figure out the center because I bet I cut something wrong. And that's okay. It's nothing I can't fix. Or I might just change the whole center of it to a different color. You never know. I might decide, I want to do something different. I'm off to cook pizza, says Mona. Thank you for coming, Mona.
Bye, Mona. Enjoy your weekend.
Let's clip off the dog ears off this one.
Yeah, we have a very wet property, and between the freezing rain we got one weekend, and then the snow we got the next weekend, and then the rain we got this week.
It's just been one thing after another, huh?
Yeah, so the yard is just, very soft.
Yeah. My dad always had these big, huge I think they were 2x6s.
Mm-hmm.
And he used those to stick up underneath the wheels of the car. Because it was the only way he'd ever get anything out without having to use a bulldozer to pull them out.
Yeah, we didn't have any of those. He had some boards that he tried to use. I knew the boards weren't going to work. We were just going to ruin the boards, but had to give it a shot.
Yeah. Do you have like a long driveway or something like that? Or can you have a car right, on the side of the road and just pull it out that way?
I don't know what they're gonna do. At least when I got stuck, I was kind of in the ditch, and so it was easier to pull me out. Because they could just be on the road and just hitch to my car and pull it out.
Yeah,
but
that's a good idea.
His is like it's smack dab in the middle of the front yard.
Oh boy. That sounds like a handful. And Laura says, goodness, I meant to say that I liked your videos from QuiltCon, Chaunda. She says she's
yeah. I forgot about those. I had a blast at QuiltCon.
I did too. And that was when you and I met.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time. And I realized the minute I met you, 2 minutes into talking, I'm like, I really like her.
Yeah, we met I guess a few months before that, I think it was.
Yep. We had started talking and I interviewed you and all that kind of stuff. And then when we met in person, it was just so easy to talk to you. You and Janice and Katie, and I never say her name right. I always butcher her name. It's either Vickety or it's Katie. I'm not sure which way you say it.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and she was
so
pregnant at
suspicious.
Yeah. Yeah. She's so sweet. And she looked so beautiful. She looked like she was glowing.
All right, so we got our eyes on, we got our borders on.
Yeah, hang on, let me spotlight that, okay? Hold on. Time to show that snowman. Hold on. Look, y'all. Oh, that looks great. That looks lovely. Awesome.
Okay. Didn't get it done for Christmas, but at least it's done for next Christmas.
Yeah, you'll have it for next Christmas. That's right.
Okay.
You'll have it all done and ready to go.
Is the socialites, is the first block next week?
Yeah, it's on the 15th or no, wait. Or the 20th.
Is it the 13th? Is it Friday the 13th or Friday the I can look it up. I was just curious if you know offhand.
Oh, hang on, I got my calendar right here.
And I typed up the list. I'll send it to you when we're done with the live.
Okay, yeah, because we got to post the dates and everything. They dropped the first one on the 20th.
Okay.
So we still got a week and some odd days.
I don't know why I kept thinking I knew when our dates were, but for some reason my brain keeps wanting to be like, is this the week? Is this the week?
I'm like, let's hurry up and get it done. She mentioned the fundraiser for the United
UNCF.
UNC. Yeah, I always get the letters backwards. And I'm like, yeah, but you should have done a project. I get getting everybody to donate money, but still should have did a project like you've been doing all this time. Because I loved doing the project.
I didn't see it on the Fat Quarter Shop. I didn't see it on the blog as an upcoming project for this year.
Yeah, there's no project. She's just asking you to donate money, but she's giving a bit. She will match fund for fund all the way up to $5,000, and then so if someone donates $5,000, she'll donate $5,000. But she said that they're going to do a drawing afterwards, and someone might win a package that's worth $800.
Whoa, not bad.
It's a quilty package. She made that announcement today on the it was a pre-record because she was with her daughter this week, and or yeah, so it wasn't exactly live today. It was a pre-record.
Okay. Oh, burr. It's still cold.
Can you turn a heater on?
Okay, I do. I have one on.
What's your low out or what's your temperature outside right now?
I'm not sure. Probably about 40 degrees.
Yep, that's a little chilly. And Sherry says, sweet. Probably talking about that giveaway. And so I'm going to go donate money. I have for the last several years now.
Let me get into the
Anything to help a young person go to college. All right, now will you please behave yourself with all these little stretchy parts?
Oh, I am famished. I am starving.
Do you want to go get some? Go eat.
No, I've got these cashews here I'm munching on. They're gonna have to do for now.
But you can go get a snack. Just turn the video off and eat. You can leave the voice on if you want to talk, but yeah, turn the video off and go eat.
I'll be all right.
I'm not
I didn't eat lunch today. I brought breakfast, and so I had some scrambled eggs. And I was gonna run out for lunch, but I was like, no, because I want to get done so I can get out. So I should have just went to the cafeteria and just grabbed something, but I just did not want their food.
I know how that is. I went out to pay the fuel bill today.
Went out to do what?
I went out to pay the fuel bill in person because I couldn't
Okay.
figure out how to do it on the bank account. So when I went in there, I said, told the girl I wanted to talk to whoever handles the accounting part of it because I wanted him to show me how to do it in my bank account. Because their bank account's not, they use a different bank than the bank that most of us use. And so there's a different way of doing it. I just couldn't figure out how. And
Okay.
and used to be our bank advisor took care of that stuff, but not anymore. We're having to deal with it. And so I'm like, well, I did. So I went in person to go pay it. He walked me through. Now I know what to do. And I've saved it so that when we pay our next bill, our next fuel bill, I can just do it without any incident,
Okay.
So I got it figured out. I just needed to know where to put the information because the numbers are different. Now, if I could just learn how to move money internationally from my bank account instead of using PayPal. Hello, I'm debating the FQS subscription sew sampler box, says Sylvia. I have a suggestion if you want to hear it. I would, it's April when they start the new pattern, isn't it, Chaunda, or is it May?
What was that?
On the sew sampler box. I think it's April when they start the new pattern on the inside of the box.
I think that might be right. I don't know why I'm echoing. Hold on.
Sylvia, if you decide to sign up for it, wait till April to do it, because unless you don't care. See, they do a year-long pattern. You get a pattern every month, and it's a 12-month pattern. So you get two patterns, one that's different and one that's you can sew every month. And then if you wait till April, you can start with the very first one instead of having 2 months. Let's see, this is February, so it'd be March, April, or February, March. You would have just those two patterns, and that's it. And then Jaja says, I think it's going to be farm theme utterly, she said. For the new one? Oh, I didn't know that. And I guess all the PMQs were going out today, because I called and asked. So I'm like, when am I going to, because I'm signed up by the month instead of the whole box. I was going to buy the whole box, the whole kit, but after what happened to my Christmas boxes of not getting it, I'm not so sure I want to do the whole kit and then not get it, you know? Did you sign up for the PMQ? Or did you pass this go around?
Sign up for what?
PMQ?
Mm-mm.
I missed out on Under the Sea because by the one colorway I wanted to do sold out within less than 30 minutes, and by the time I hit the send button to pay for it, it was sold out. And there wasn't anything else, any of the other colorways that was talking to me at the time, so I just opted not to do one. First time I've missed one in a long time.
Okay.
Hi, Andy, how are you? She says, hi, Katie and friends. Just got off from work and decided to work on a quilt back instead of going to the gym. Well, that sounds like a good plan to me.
I know. Hi, Auntie.
Sewing is better than going and sweating. Just saying.
Guess I need to cut this binding. I don't think this is enough.
Baby, I love you. I thought you were talking about the sew sampler, and that's what we were talking about with the when it starts the new pattern.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's April.
I think it's April, yeah. They should be starting their other fundraiser soon too. The Make a Wish.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen what they're planning to use as a pattern yet, not that I remember anyway. I know they raised $80,000 last year, I think. I think that's how much they made last year.
Yeah, when I looked at the PMQs, there were really only two colorways that I was interested in, and both of them were sold out.
Of course they are. Which two was it?
Oh, I don't remember. Because it was just kind of a whim. I hadn't really planned on it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, let me go check and see. And then I was like, oh, I like this one. It was a batik. One of them was a batik.
Ah, could be the one I'm doing because I'm doing the purple one. I think it's the purple and teal, or it's purple and turquoise. I can't remember which color it is. One of them called Lullaby, I think, something like that. Here comes the yawning. My goodness, same time every night, the yawning thing. It's really annoying. Fabric in the box is not meant for the quilt along though, correct? You can use it, either for the, no, you're right, it's not. It's for the other pattern. I have a sew sampler box coming, but I bought it a la carte because it had something in it I wanted.
I've been using
was-
mine too.
Huh?
Using mine.
Yeah. That's why I ordered that one, just so I can get those. And the fabric's pretty in it,
Oh yeah, it is. It definitely is.
so I'll use it. I just don't want to sign back up again and then spend half a year like, nope, yeah, no thanks. Although I miss getting all the cool little things that come in it.
That's why I love it for.
I love all the cool notions that come in it.
Yeah, little. I love the notions. They have like the best notions.
Yep, they do. That's actually starting to look like something. All right, let's sew these quarter triangles on. Lots of moving pots. I must have been insane when I picked this one. But kind of like the other one I did that had 64 half square triangles in it. I don't know what the heck I was thinking.
Me neither, hun.
I saw that and I'm like, oh my God. And I didn't want to take it back and say, nope, we're not doing that. I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to take it out. We're going to do it. But I was like, what was I thinking? To think that it would that many half square triangles, which happen to be 1.5 on top of it, which means smaller means pain in the butt more to get together correctly,
Yep.
I used triangle paper, but that still didn't make it any easier when you start sewing all of them together.
No, it does not. No, it does not.
You might save time making half square triangles, but that's about all it's good for. Laura says, I wanted to do the PMQ this go around, but I have too much that I need to catch up on. Yep, I hear you.
That too, Laura. That's why I was like, I was actually excited. I was like, okay, good, it's sold out. The ones I like are sold out. Yay. Because then I don't have to be tempted and wrestle with the.
We just need to get Laura sewing.
So how's your everyday February going?
It's going pretty well. I mean, I thought that maybe, I always look to see how many views I get after the live is over with, just to see if people were watching or not.
Mhm.
People are watching, so this is a good thing, more than I thought. I figured doing it every night might like back them off a little bit, but it ain't slowed them down at all. So I'm happy with it. But I'm thinking I must be pregnant. But you know what?
What?
I have an idea. On the days that I feel a little bit overtired, I have a plan. We're going to play around with notions or something. Do a notion night or something like that.
Okay.
Because like someone pointed out, it doesn't matter how long I run the live as long as I run one, right? But I'm trying to accomplish something. Yes. Oh, did you see my butterflies?
I did not.
Where did I put my butterflies? Because I made 2 last night. But I only have 6 more to do. Where did I put my butterflies at? I was going to show it to you. Because I'm so proud of myself that I actually, you know, did good last night and the night before working on them. Because I worked on them 2 nights in a row. Oh, I laid them somewhere. I'll look for them here directly. And Laura says, Katie, yes, I need to start sewing again. Last year was not productive on the creative front. I'm trying to get back on track this year. Start out with something small so at least you're kind of jump starting yourself. Oh, that needs to go over here. Where did I put those butterflies at? That's bugging me now. Are you going to QuiltCon?
Me?
Yeah.
That's the plan. What you looking for? What are you looking for?
I can't hear you.
Oh, I don't know. Doesn't look familiar. Doesn't sound familiar. That's something I've seen recently.
Yeah, I hear you a little bit.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking to Adrian.
Oh, got you. All right, now we got that part done. Now we're going to sew the other side on. And then we'll have another well, I think another angle going on here. I thought reorganizing would be the key, but it takes longer than expected. Yep, it sure does. More than you think. Oh, come on now, behave yourself. Okay. All right, then we'll do the same thing with this one. See, it's process of elimination here. We're going to get all these sewn together here directly, and then it'll start looking like something. And then I'll figure out what the deal is with that center. I know one thing, the batiks the blue and the green one, that fabric seems thinner.
Does it?
Yeah, it does, but it's super soft. So maybe it's because it feels super soft. Maybe that's why it seems thin to me, and maybe it's not, because it's extremely soft.
Yeah, because normally batiks have that that stiffness to them that makes
Yep,
them pleasant to sew with.
yep. And this particular one, the green and the blue, are not stiff at all. They're super soft. One more here. Oh, dang it. Y'all are very quiet tonight. I need to get them talking. Let's see, what can we talk about? What is y'all's plans for the weekend? Are you going to work on anything this weekend project-wise? Let us know in the chat. Also, I want to know if your weather has warmed up or if y'all are still freezing your tushes off.
It's definitely not as cold as it was, but so I mean, it's still cold outside, but it's definitely better.
Yeah.
At least we've got highs in the high 30s, low to mid 40s, as opposed to being below freezing all day.
Yeah, it's still pretty frosty. Laura says it doesn't help that we had 2 floods in our basement, my sewing room. Everything ended up in tubs to protect it. There was no organizing as we grabbed it to protect it. Yeah, I can understand that, Laura. And I'm sorry that all of that's happened to you.
I know.
Hi, Andy. Guess what? I fell asleep on you last night. And I didn't wake up until 7:30 this morning. My husband said he texted me and I never answered him. So he figured that's why he didn't call, because he figured that I fell asleep. I'm sorry for that. I didn't mean to fall asleep. Supposed to be in her live last night and I fell asleep on her. Not physically in her live, just being there, supporting her. And I went and fell asleep. Hi, Rachel. Had to go and fall asleep on her. When we hung up with each other, because she was on my live last night, and after we talked for a few minutes after the live, and I was talking about, man, I really need to take a nap, and she was saying, yep, I need to take a nap too. So we were going to go take a nap, only I never got up. I didn't even hear the alarm clock go off. I know I felt like I was a walking zombie about the last 30 minutes of my live. I was like, I really need to go to sleep. Just take a nap, then get back up. Only I didn't get back up, unfortunately.
Well, that was your body telling you needed to sleep.
Yeah, I probably could have slept. I don't know what woke me up so early this morning. Then I tried to go back to sleep. Wrong. Let's see here. Rachel said she just got here. Andy said, watch the Olympics. I did try to do that and I fell asleep. I had TV going. And then she says, Andy, neurologist wants me to rest. Yeah, you do need to rest. And then Bonnie says, I have rain clouds today and it's cooler than yesterday. Then Rachel says, it's still super cold in Maine. A balmy high of 20 degrees today. Woo, that is cold.
That's
And
cold.
yeah, that's cold. Then Andy says, good, you need rest. And then Bonnie says, call Katie right now. It is 26 here in Garden City, Michigan, and it feels like 10, and it's only 6 in the evening, and it's supposed to be a high of 17 and 19 Saturday and Sunday. Oh, a low 4 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh my gosh.
That is why I live where I live. Because that is another level of cold.
Yeah, when you get that low, it sure is. And then Patty says, hey, Patty. She says, tomorrow they are saying 14 below and dangerously cold. Oh my gosh. Yep, y'all are about to get that Arctic blast. That's why we're warm right now. We have that wind that's returned from the east, and that's why the snow is melting. Rachel says, tomorrow I am participating in a sew along with Gudrun and stripology called Frida. Oh, that'll be fun. One of these days I'm gonna do one of her patterns, but I need to buy
Is that one of the is that one of the all day sew alongs where they have like the playlist and all that stuff? I haven't done one of those in a while. Those are so much fun.
We have a sew along coming up, Chaunda.
You do?
We have that private sew coming up, I think. Or did
yeah,
we already
Super Bowl Sunday. I won't be able to make it.
Yeah, because it's Super Bowl weekend. And I forgot about that. Because I don't think about these things anymore because, I don't live there anymore. And anyway, I didn't really celebrate the Super Bowl much anyway.
My family, we've been getting together for the Super Bowl for as long as I can remember, and I'm almost 50.
Yep. Okay, how do I want to do this? Do I want to sew these two as flying geese onto this whole piece? Or do I want to do a square on top of a square? Which do I want to do? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's do flying geese because those are the ones I always have trouble with.
Yeah, Adrian had popped in here and I was asking him how it was going out there. And,
are they making progress?
I don't think so.
So what's going to happen? Tow truck time?
I don't know.
That'll be expensive if it is. And Rachel says yes to your question, Chaunda.
Oh, okay.
I've never done anything with her. I guess I should think about considering doing something. Nikolai says I can buy the ruler. I just haven't got around to it.
You don't need the ruler.
Well,
you don't need the ruler for any of her sew along. She always gives you instructions for how to use a regular ruler if you don't have her stripology rulers. So you don't, her rulers are not a requirement. And that's one of the things I love, even though she sells that ruler and she makes patterns for the ruler, she teaches you instructions for how to use your regular rulers. Because a lot of times that's what I do. I have her rulers, but I'm so used to my regular rulers that sometimes that's what I prefer to use.
Yeah. She's an interesting person. I got to talk to her. I don't remember if it was at QuiltCon I met her at or if I saw her somewhere else and walked up and said, hi, I'm blah, 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 you know. You know me. I'm going to say hi, especially if I know who you are. I also got to meet the tattooed quilter, which that was fun. I had a good conversation with him. He was a lot of fun to talk to.
Well, you know, my experience at QuiltCon, I barely talked to anyone. So I saw people, I took a couple pictures, but I didn't do a lot of talking.
Yeah, but you know, all of us spent quite a bit of time just sitting in the middle of that building talking to each other. Remember that?
That was like in the breezeway?
Yeah, whatever that area is called.
Whatever,
yeah,
I don't know.
We were standing there talking and talking and talking, having a good time.
And I had a couple of classes, so I know I missed out on some of the conversations.
I wish I'd have signed up for a class, but I just didn't think about it and I didn't know any better. I can tell you one thing though, the next time I go to a QuiltCon, I'm hoping I can find a class for binding.
They're just expensive.
I know, right?
They're expensive. And some of them I was like, I'm just not gonna pay that. I'm just not. But I picked two classes that were affordable. One of them, I won't really use it, but the class used EQ8 in the design. They tell you how they show you how to make a picture, how to take a picture and turn that picture into a quilt.
Yeah, now that would be another fun class is learning how to use the EC8.
So I took the class mostly so I could get kind of an introduction to the software, even though I would never use the software the way that they were showing us for the class.
Yeah.
And I did a couple of lectures.
Now I watched, was those weren't lectures, those were demonstrations in the main room, weren't they?
Yeah, not those. I mean, like lectures. And they were like in other rooms.
Yeah. I did watch quite a bit of those demos, though. I enjoyed the demos.
Yeah, I definitely watched a few of the demos. I tried to get, the most I could out of it. I went I went like all the days. I don't think I'll go all the days this year.
I didn't go Sunday because it was really dumb. I wanted to go take Lynette out to Cheesecake Factory. That was the biggest mistake of all time, let me tell you. Because
what happened?
Remember, it was raining, number one. It seemed like all day that day on Sunday, Saturday. I'd done QuiltCon. Then we went back to the house, hung out a bit, and then decided to go eat at the factory. And while we parked, and while we're parking, we're trying to figure out which end of the mall to go in. And I got wet because it was raining, so it was cold. And then we waited an hour and a half to get a table. And so when we finally did, they crammed us in this little spot where there was so many people around us. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, guess who had a fever and was coughing her brains up? Lynette come in and she says, "Mom, you sound sick. What's wrong?" I said, "I don't feel so good." And she felt at me and she's like, "Uh-oh." I had caught influenza. And by the time because she drove up there, so we were driving back. And by the time I got to Lake City, I thought I was going to die because I was so sick and we couldn't get the fever to break. And all I knew is I wanted to lay down and couldn't. And every time she hit a bump or something, it was just like excruciating. And she says, and I said, "Oh, I really want," she says, "I'm getting you there as fast as I can." And so I stayed in a hotel, I think the first 2 nights until I could get in the Airbnb. And so they were coming and checking on me, and I had this really high fever and everything with it, and it was crazy. And then about 2 days later, she was sick. Because even though I was covering my mouth every time I coughed and stuff, we were in that little car, and breathing each other's airspace. So she ended up with it. And it was just because I did something foolish and went to Cheesecake Factory when I should not have. I should have known that I would get sick doing that because I had been so careful at QuiltCon. I hugged everybody, but I wasn't like, if I thought someone's sick, I wouldn't have, been in their airspace breathing their sickness, I'm pretty sure it was a Cheesecake Factory that caused it, not QuiltCon.
Well, there's no telling where you picked a germ up.
All I know is I was so sick, and it ended up with pneumonia.
But I could have told you, Cheesecake Factory on a Saturday evening is just stay home.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known it was that bad, and I'm like, God,
it's always a line out the door.
Yeah.
Wait, and you worked out well because it was February. If it was a warmer month,
it would have been worse.
Yes. So
and
I haven't been there in forever, but when I do go, it's more like a lunch.
Yeah.
Early dinner, like 3-4 o'clock, something like that. Because I'm not like actual dinner time. Absolutely not.
I definitely won't do that again. That's for sure. I should.
That's
We should
that's
just
most
get a
of Raleigh though.
steakhouse, you know.
No, that's a lot of Raleigh. Like that's a I don't it's like all people do around here is eat because every restaurant on a Saturday night is like an hour wait. Like unless you're going to like Applebee's or something like that. Any
Yeah.
place decent, I have left. Me back my husband when I was married, he and I we used to take the kids out a lot to eat. And we would go someplace and we'd be like, how long's the wait? And they'd be like, it's gonna be 2 hours, 2.5 hours, hour and a half. I'm like, I'm not. Let's just get some Chick-fil-A and go home. Because I'm not
Okay.
doing this.
And then when I was in Lake City after I got, better, I was gonna go eat because I went and got Nikolai from the airport and we were gonna eat at Texas Roadhouse have lunch at Texas Roadhouse. Do you know that the Texas Roadhouse in Lake City no longer does lunch anymore? They're only open for dinner.
Oh.
And I guess it's been that way since the pandemic. And I'm like, seriously? Y'all don't have lunch anymore?
It's probably, the staffing.
I guess, because we ended up not even getting to eat there because we couldn't. By the time, because we were doing other things, so we never made it. Kind of like I really want to eat there because I miss their food. They make the best ribeye steaks around, along with that salad that they like to make.
I love me a good steak, but
Me
I
too.
I just cook my own. I don't eat steak out very often now because I'll be so disappointed.
Yeah, if they don't do it right, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like they charge you top dollar because it's steak and it's just all right. I'd be like,
Yeah,
it's not just steak, it's just in general. I eat
yeah,
out a lot less than I used to because I
yeah,
cook better than I used to.
yeah.
When I used to not be that great of a cook. And so if I wanted, something special, I had to go out to eat it. And so now I've just learned how to make all that stuff myself.
Yeah.
Mostly because I was poor and I had kids. And so, I had to learn how to like make the treats that I like because I couldn't afford to get them on,
Yep.
with any regularity. But
You know what I
now,
used to do? When we get our income tax refund check, I take the kids out to Red Lobster for lunch. Not dinner because dinner's more expensive, but you still got the same amount of food at lunchtime that you got at dinner time in there. And they would be in heaven just because I took them out for lunch. And it was always once a year we would do that. Splurge a little from the income tax check.
yeah, I do know. I do know. But like, and that's what we used to do. Normally it was like some kind of steakhouse or some kind of seafood. More for the experience though, because I
Mhm.
wanted my kids to like have those experiences.
Yep.
Like when I was growing up, I didn't go out very much. Right? My grandparents pretty much raised me because my mom was so young when she had me. And my grandparents basically didn't go anywhere. And when I
Yep.
say those people didn't go anywhere, they didn't go anywhere. Like my entire life, I remember my grandmother going to maybe two movies. I know she went to see The Color Purple, and I think there might have been one other movie. I think it was a Dirty Harry movie. And it was only because my grandfather's sister came to visit from South Carolina. We were in New York, and she loved Dirty Harry, and he had a movie out, and they took her to see the movie.
Oh,
I
wow.
could I could count. I don't remember them going out for dinner ever. They literally went to work and they came home. And any entertaining they did, they had people over. But they did not go out. They did not believe in spending money going out. They
Well, I
never
know
went
my
on
parents
vacation.
never took us out ever.
Right. And it's not like they went out and left me home. They just didn't go out. So, and my mom was young and poor. So where was she taking me? But when she did get a little money, I'll give her a lot of credit. When she got a little money, she would take me to places like Red Lobster and or a steakhouse, and she would take me to these places.
Looks like we're
'Cause-
missing chatter in the chat too.
oh, that's right. My chat screen went away.
Patty says, you warned us, Katie. I love the colors. You are working with beautiful. Oh, thank you. And then Bonnie says she took a class at Road to California several years ago. And hi, Denise, it's good to see you. And then Giovanna says, what did you think of Italy's opening? Denise says, hello, Katie and Chaunda and everyone. And then Rachel says, Stripology is done using the Stripology rulers. Then Denise says, somehow managed to get some sleep, saw some of the country teams walking into the Olympic City. Didn't see Greenland or Denmark. Does anyone know if they were there? I'm sure they were there. Giovanna says you can boost your immune system by eating ginger and garlic. I don't think there's no help for my immune system. I have been like this my whole life about catching stuff. Let's see. Bonnie says, me and a friend just go in Cheesecake Factory and sit at the bar, but then we just order cheesecake and coffee. Then Laura says, sometimes you never know. I recently had family visit from out of states. My husband and I came down with colds. I ended up with bronchitis and antibiotics. It's difficult to avoid. Yes, it is. Nikolai's sick on the boat right now.
Oh, poor thing.
Because somebody got on board sick. And so that boat is like a petri dish for germs. So there's like half of the crew sick right now. Then Sherry says, I'm still just listening to all the conversation. Okay. And Sewing was says, yes, I saw Denmark and they mentioned Greenland. Good. Glad to hear that. Because they had 2 athletes from Greenland there. They qualified for the biathlon.
I have to think what I want to do what I want to do next. I really don't.
Hey, why are you giving me a hard time over there?
I do not feel like. I guess I'll just.
You just lose the feeling of wanting to work on something?
No, well, so I thought I had cut a big enough section of fabric to get all my binding strips out of it, but I didn't, and I feel like I'm gonna be short. And if I so I'm gonna have to cut another piece, and I just didn't want to do that. I really didn't.
Yep, I hear you on that one. Well, we got one side of this flying geese made. Now let's try making the other side without fubaring it. When Ukraine entered, they cheered them a lot. Oh, that's good, because they sure need all of the positive they can get. What country? Hi, Delia. How are you?
I need to wash my wool mat.
You know what day the biathlon's going to be on? Maybe I can catch it on the TV or something.
This should be a schedule, and a lot. I don't know about. I know for the now a lot of times you can find stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, that's where I was going to look for it, was on YouTube. I didn't see the opening ceremonies showed on YouTube, though. I looked.
There might be a delay because it's like not live. It'll just be like recorded.
Yeah, I figured maybe today or tomorrow it'll show up on YouTube somewhere. I know NBC, I think it was NBC supposed to be, I don't know, following them. Julia says she's doing well. Finished sewing up the last of the 72 blocks for the Quilter Valor that she's working on. Oh, that's awesome.
Wait, do quilts of valor have to be red, white, and blue? I know they have a specific size range that they have to be, but I don't know if they have to be red, white, and blue. If somebody knows, I would appreciate that.
She probably knows.
Yeah.
I've never made one, so I don't know.
Because that's
Giovanna
why
says-
I've never made one, because I don't like those colors together.
Giovanna says, what I loved most was the lady that was talking with her hands in Italian. Cool. I was about to put the wrong piece on there.
What time is your live for tomorrow, Katie?
7:30 or 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. You can hop on if you want.
I have to see how my day is gonna go.
Okay, because Becca will be on here, so you might. I don't know if you've met Becca on a live or not, but you're welcome to hop on. Let me know. I'll send you the link. Because tomorrow's Becca's night with me, so
I might just be in your audience.
it's always cool to get to sew with her because she's such a busy person. And she's the reason I have that legit kit, polar bear.
Okay, so I've got my binding.
You decide to cut another piece?
Yeah, because I had like a half strip when I measured it out, it said like without mitering the corners and all of that, like just the circumference of the quilt, or perimeter, whichever word it is for, it was gonna be. It said I was gonna need 4.3 strips, and so I had about 4.5. So I knew I was gonna be short.
Katie, when you're on someone else's channel, how do we get notified? I missed you a couple of times and couldn't. Oh, when you're on someone else, when I'm on someone else's channel, is that, wait. Oh, okay. So when I'm on someone else's channel, it depends on if you're subscribed to their channel, for one thing. I know that Becca made an announcement that came across my timeline. I think she did that yesterday. But I also I post my lives in my community tab. So like I announced this one today in my community tab, and tonight after the live, I'll put it in the community tab about tomorrow. So you should be able to, whenever we post on the community tab, you should be getting something coming across your news feed of things we post in it. It depends on with the news feed, you kind of have to scroll down to see where the posts are at. You have videos that are showing up in your news feed, but if you scroll further down, you'll see where there's actual posts made in the community tab, and that'll show up on the news feed too, but you have to scroll down a little bit to see it. Patty says, oh, okay, Giovanna's leaving. See you later, Giovanna.
Giovanna.
What time is it anyway? Oh, I've still got 30 minutes before Donna goes live. Unless she's not going live. I didn't think to go look. I forgot. Kind of sidetracked at the moment with other things. Look, I got that flying geese, that first flying geese done. Look at there. It's not a mess, not a hot mess up there like I thought it was going to be. Let's hope the rest of them look like that one.
There are flying geese in there too?
Yeah, see right here? That's a flying geese right there. I mean, I could have done it different, like put this down here on this one first. It still would have been a flying geese before it was over with. It may not look like a flying geese, but see, flying geese.
Oh, okay. I see. I see. I see. I see.
Yeah, it's a flying geese.
It's a flying geese with a little razzle dazzle.
Yep. With some triangles in the middle of it. It's very scruffy. I think I figured out what I'm gonna do as a sew along for the channel. I think I'm gonna do it like a mystery sew along. I already know what I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be simple. But I don't know how people are gonna feel if I do it as a mystery. I don't know if it'll be a good idea or if it'll bomb. You know what I mean?
I feel you. I'm not a big mystery person.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people aren't.
Mostly just because, like, I don't know what it's like. I don't like, what if I don't like it at the end? Or like, what
Yeah.
if I don't like I might like the design, but what if I don't like this color next to that color? And it was like, oh, if I had known that this was gonna go here.
Well, I figured maybe I should do a poll and see if they're which they would rather do, because either way, they're going to be using 5-inch squares and 10-inch squares in this sew along, and it's because not everybody, but most everybody has charm squares still to use, like I do. I mean, I only have 130 more of them to go. Charm packs, but also I only have about 6 layer cakes. But if most people have a layer cake and a charm square pack, it's going to end up scrappy anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
Unless they decide they want to use a background, which there's that. And this pattern doesn't even need a background because there's no background to use in it, because you're just using what you get in your layer cake and stuff. So I don't know which, maybe I should post a poll and get feedback and see what they all think about it.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah, it might be a good idea. And then I'll know whether, nah, not really. Let's do it the way we've been doing it. You tell us what to do, not going in blind. It's going to be very simple. It's going to be very beginner friendly. And there's going to be 4 patch blocks involved in this. And then the rest of it's going to be just rectangles. Let's see. Laura says she rarely gets notifications from the community tabs, even if I have the notifications on. And Andy says she's going to go nap now that she's done with the doctor. Okay, Cindy Surratt. And let me see. Sewing Wolf says, take a poll on the sew along. Okay. And then Patty says, okay, Kathy, thank you. I love watching you and your guest. I am subscribed. Thank you, Patty. And then Laura says, I've decided that I don't particularly care for mystery designs. The no mini enjoy. Yeah, I bet we're going to get a bunch of, no, I'm not interested in mystery. And that's okay. It's a good way to get feedback. Because the one where I told them that they needed to be gathering up all their scraps, both small and bigger ones, that's going to be I'm going to turn that into a type of game. So all they got to do is make sure they're there for that, because that's the other thing we're going to be doing. I'm going to place, Kathy says, make this mini size blocks. Like Simon says, that kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it would be fun.
Oh, this thing has sashing.
Oh.
Maybe I don't want to do this right now.
Bonnie says, I did a mystery with a pile of fabrics that I never designated for anything. So mine came out cute. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I do the I'll do the PMQs because
those are very
doesn't feel like I'm spending so much time you
Yeah.
know, because everything is pre-cut, and so I just kind of go. So I don't. But like for me, if I was to have to like press all of this fabric and then cut all this fabric and then make these blocks, I don't know. My brain doesn't like it.
I definitely know we're going to use a layer cake and charm pack. I'm going to try to keep it simple. Now, I know there's a couple people that actually don't have pre-cuts in their stash. So if they want to sew with us, that means cutting yardage.
All right, so I need to.
All right, flying geese is done. Now let's go ahead and press all of them. We're starting to get somewhere here. Sort of.
This sashing is cut to 1 3/4. I am not going to do that, so I'm going to have
block is going to look funny.
I am not cutting 1 3/4 inch strips. I refuse. Okay, let's do.
You're going to put it on the back burner?
Well, this is like an old whip that I've had for years, and I was like, oh, let me, because the blocks were done, and I was like, oh, let me just grab these. I can sew these blocks together. No, it has sashing in between the blocks.
Uh-oh. So additional work to be done.
Yeah, so that's not happening. I want something I can just kind of sew.
Yep. I was kind of hoping I'd get my fat cord shop order today, but as always, that didn't happen. It's still in. Well, I saw that it must have been on its way to Greenland because it was put in a bag. All right, now then, let me see here. We're going to have a look at this thing and see if we can't see what it is I was having issues with on. That center didn't look right for some strange reason. So let me move these all to the side a little bit. Then we're going to join them, make them look like we're going to sew them together, but we're not yet. And this has got to go there. Let me move this one out of the way a little bit. Okay, and this has got to go here. All right, now it's making better sense. Because I was thinking these might be too small. Okay, now let's get these on, put them this way first. This is definitely going to be in your face color, huh?
It's definitely bold.
Well, all those blocks have been being like that anyway.
It's like rainbow colors.
Yeah, definitely rainbowy. Okay.
It's finally warming up in here. It's up to 62 degrees. I'm not dying anymore.
I think I might have these turned the wrong way. I do have these turned the wrong way. Supposed to be like this. I like it like this. But just someone else like it like this. There we go. Now it's looking like it's supposed to look. Only it looks big right now because we have to sew these. And it'll look like a pinwheel before it's over with. Yeah, now I know what I'm doing, sort of. Oh my gosh. Yep, there's that pinwheel that we were looking for. So what I got to do is I got to sew all these together and then it should fit down in here. Once I get them sewn together. I know it looks weird right this minute. Just hang with me for a minute. Okay, we got one that way. And then we've got this way. And that like that. I know they don't look right, but it will. But I can see the star on here now. See the star? You can actually see the star. The yellow showing the star.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure can.
See the star now. Now let's get this pinwheel made so it looks like it's supposed to look. Instead of looking all weird.
Oh my God.
Hello, Andrea. And hi, Rita. Rita says, interesting block. Rita says, perfect pinwheel and star. Thank you. Oh, the pinwheel just looks a little weird right this minute, but it'll be all right. It's going to work itself out here directly. And we might just get this block finished tonight. How about that, Chaunda?
That'd
Hey,
be awesome.
what time are you wanting to knock off, by the way?
Just regular time, I guess.
Hmm?
Regular time, I guess, would be fine for me.
Well, let's see. It's about to be 10, so 9, 8, 7. Do you want to be off at 7 or 7:30 your time?
Either one works.
Okay, because I know that you're working on something. I didn't want to hang you up if you want to go, because you did say you were hungry earlier, remember?
Yeah, but I had these cashews over here. I've been snacking on those.
Okay. Laura says I should be napping. I was awake at night coughing. Yep, coughing will do that. Perfect pin. Okay. And then Bonnie says, I think Tuesday and Sunday will be the days to watch the biathlon. Okay. Because I want to watch when Greenland is up. See how they do. I don't expect them to win the gold or nothing, but it'll be great to see where they place at. Because I'm sure that all this commotion is going to be hard on them. They're not used to it. Because Greenland's so quiet. But I'm sure they're going to have a good time. If they did win a medal, that would be really cool. But I don't know who they're ranking as the top ones of all of them. I haven't heard. It was nice to see that the brother and sister team was going to be part of the Olympics this year too, for ice skating.
Okay. Yeah, I love the ice skating.
Me too. I think that is so beautiful to watch, especially the couples. But that young man from Japan, oh my God, he might just kick some butt this year because he's really good at skating.
Yeah, there's definitely some people to watch this year.
Yep.
God.
Rita says one butterfly done and nope, not done anymore. I have made 15 of them and do not like how they ended up. So only one is kind of worth saving. Okay. Well, I'm sorry they didn't come out the way you wanted them to. I have 3 of the 9 made. Beep, beep, beep.
How many blocks do I have already made?
It says, I'm going to go to sleep if you don't come over here and use me. Katie, exciting just to be able to go to the, yeah, exactly, Vicky. I'm so proud. I'm so happy for them because they've worked really hard and they were concerned that they weren't even going to get to go because she had about 6 or 7 months ago, they were competing somewhere and she got really, really sick. I'm not sure what she had, but it put her down for a little while. And they didn't know whether she was going to be able to come back and compete or not. Hi, Happy. How are you? Chaunda, I love cashews for a quick snack too.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some fresh pecans that's going to be heading my way. All that came from Texas, but they're coming from Syracuse after they went because they're actually. What is wrong with this? This is wrong. I have this twisted the wrong way. Now that looks like it's supposed to look. I was gonna get. I had asked for 1 pound, right?
Uh-huh.
Her second mom sent 2 pounds for me,
Okay.
and I don't have to pay for them, which is even nicer. I because I was gonna pay for them. It's like she says, nope, that's on the house for us. I'm like, wow, 2 pounds at that. So, yep.
That's a good amount.
Yeah, I'm not gonna complain. I know what I'm gonna do with part of them. Part of them's gonna be for me munching on, and the other part's gonna be for baking or doing stir fries with. Because sometimes I like to put pecans in vegetable stir fries because they taste good when you do that to them. First time I did it, the kids were like, Mom, is that pecans in our vegetables? I'm like, yep. She's like, that's interesting. And then when they took a bite, they're like, wow, that really is good. I'm like, yeah, I thought you might like it. I said something different. See that pinwheel's forming? Look.
Yep, it sure is.
It's forming. That is definitely going to be a very bright block. I wasn't expecting that because I thought that orange and green would tone things down. That's not what's happening here from the looks of it. Another wild block to go in my quilt. And I think we have 2 left to do, and we will have all 36 blocks. I need to count again and make sure.
That's a lot of daggone blocks,
We have
Katie.
2 left to do. Do what now?
That's a lot of blocks.
Yep, it's going to make a queen size quilt. Someone thinks it might make a king. Why does that block look like it's bigger than the rest? It better not be. Really?
Okay. Let's see if I can get a block done. Let us see.
Let's make another block. These are 2 3/4 inch blocks. Isn't that interesting? Why are they 2 3/4? Maybe they're supposed to be, which is kind of strange. All right, what I need to do is see what's sizes. Okay, I'm not going to trim. We'll trim down after the fact.
God, I have not picked this up in so long.
Denise says, get off early so you can get a bio break and something to eat. Yep, will soon. I just want to finish this block. Try to anyway. Is that supposed to be an actual pinwheel? Yes. There's a pinwheel right in the middle of it. Or is it supposed to be fat? It is five. It is 4 half square triangles, Rita. That's going to turn into a pinwheel. And then we're going to have a square, yeah, a square and a square kind of setup around it. Are you making the quilt? Are you going to make the quilt after you finish the 36 plus? Yes. I'm going to start cutting the sashings. I have 2 blocks that I need to change the size of the sashings for because they're a little bit smaller than the rest of them. But outside of that, yes. We're going to start on the sashings and at least start getting the sashing cut. And then I need to make a big, huge area in the kitchen and put a sheet on the floor so I can put the blocks on the floor and figure out how I'm gonna lay them out. Which is going to be hard because that's always the hardest part when you have that many blocks to deal with. Because I'm not going to put them in the order we made them. Because I have half of them don't have a background on them and the other half does. So I'm going to be specific on how I lay them out. But I have a name for the quilt now. It's called Shaken Blocks.
Okay, so that's what these are for.
Because the way the sashing is, it's going to make them look like someone's shaking them. So it should be fun. Andrea says, that's a beautiful block. I am loving it. It may just have to be, I may just have to feature it in a pattern. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's called Spinning Star. Are you going? I asked that question. Women's is Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. I should have asked men if women were going to go from Greenland. The biathlon is, I think, is not separated between the 2 sexes, is it? I thought they all went together on the biathlon. I didn't think that. I thought that was a mixed thing. Because she's sure used to competing with men. You about have to when you live in the Arctic. Then her and her brother doing all of this together. I think it's cool that we have more than one team that's siblings doing the competition. You got the 2 ice skaters who are brother and sister too. All right, what in the world is this mess? I must not align this up. I think I'm gonna leave it alone for right now. And if it bugs me, I can always go back and fix it. Their events are on separate days. The last day is the mass start event. Oh, okay. I wonder how many Greenlanders got to go with them to the event. I'm sure her parents are probably there with them, or their parents, since they're both from the same family. A big day for them to, get to do this.
I know it's got to be exciting.
Why do I wonder what, Denise? About who is with them? Because I'm curious to know how many went with them. A lot of teams have people who come with them that can cheer them on. Man. Let me show you this pinwheel and see if y'all think I should fix it. So I figured it might not look right. But you might not be able to notice it either because of all the action in this fabric. Can you see the problem? Because I sure see it even from here.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to take it out and fix it.
If it bugs you.
Yeah, I can see it. And it will bug me. Dadgummit. I'm just curious whether there or not any went with them, because it's always great to have a fan, a bunch of people to help cheer you on that's from your country. People you know. And most teams have their people that help them. But I don't know how many are from Greenland are able to, do that, because, it's not cheap doing this kind of stuff. There are probably stories in your local news that tell you what they had to do to train. Oh, I'm aware of all of that. That's not what I was asking about. I'm wondering how many people went with them to help cheer them on. They already compete. They already do all their training here in Arctic. The Arctic's a good place to train for this kind of thing. Especially where I think they're either from Nuke or they're from Sissymoot. I can't remember which. I think they might have been training in Sissymoot. Yeah, I'm fixing it because it's gonna bug me if I don't. Because I saw it the minute I sewed the two together, that one of these half triangles didn't look right.
Okay. Okay.
Katie, what you were seeing at a boo-boo is something I always leave in the pinwheel because I like having the boo-boo, says Rita. Yeah, this particular boo-boo shouldn't be there though. This started with the beginning of just making the half square triangle. And it shouldn't have been there. And I didn't see it until I sewed the two together. I mean, a little bit of mistake's okay, but this was a big one. All right, let me see where I went wrong with this. Ah, now I see what went wrong. It's the way I sewed it together. That's what the problem is. Right there wasn't the way it should be. Interesting.
Oh.
Yep. Boy, it's wow. This is why it was why it looked that way. Look, Chaunda. Can you see that? It's off by an eighth.
I see that.
That's what caused the whole thing. So I need to re-sew that where it's not doing that. That's why it looked that way. I wonder, because if I trim it, it'll probably make it smaller than it should be. But I know there's a different way of fixing this.
Let me see your half square triangle. Open it up. So are they die cut? Are they like cut to size, or did you cut them?
No, when I so I cut, these are, what size were these? These were 3 7/8. So I cut a square 3 7/8. Then I cut that in half. And then, you know, because I had to do both colors in that size. So when I sewed these two half triangles together, I must have I didn't line it up right, looks like, or something.
Yeah, I didn't know if you had space to trim it to.
Well, I was wondering about trimming it too. Let me see what the size of this is supposed to be.
But to say if you put your squaring ruler on there and see if you can square it, because that way you can line up your diagonal, and then if you can square it, you might be okay. But then if not, then you know you got to take it out.
Well, these are supposed to be 2 and yeah, because I commented that they were 2 3/4, which didn't make sense. But they're gonna fit in there like they're supposed to. Let me see what this is and see if I can get away with trimming it. I might be able to get away with trimming it. You know what? I can trim it. That's what we're going to do is trim it.
If there's a lazy way to do something, Katie, I'm gonna find it.
Yeah. Get my let's trim this. And then I can sew it back on again and it'll be fixed. Yep, you can see a biggest day. I don't know how I managed to do that. That's just crazy. I cannot use this rule. Yes, I can. Let's see, it needs to be 2 3/4. I can get them to, oh, I'm trying to do this wrong. Yep, there it is. I should be able to trim it right there. Just take that little piece off and it should fix it. Now let's open it up and remeasure it again. Ooh, don't you fall on the floor. Perfect. Now it's what it's supposed to be. So that's all it was. Is somehow I must have miscut this one when I was cutting it in half, which is kind of funny, but okay. Not gonna complain. At least it was fixable without having to rip the whole thing apart. Which is a good thing because now I can put it back together again. Let me make sure this other one's fine. Since I took it apart. This one is a little bit off too. Wait a minute. No, it's not. It's fine. Okay. Let me press these and then I'll sew them back together. It is so hot in this house, Chaunda. I have opened the door 3 times now to let all this heat out of this house, and it stays cool for a little while. At least the camera's still staying up, which I'm surprised.
Can you crack a window?
It's easier to just open the front door.
Okay.
Because the window, what it is the wind is blowing, and it can easily jerk a window off.
Okay.
Even though I have there's a safety thing that you put on the wind, it goes through this little mechanism, but it jerks even on that. Every time the wind sucks on it, it just jerks on it. And I don't want to tear up a window, you know?
Gotcha.
Just open the front door and let the air in and then go close it later. And that's exactly what I'm going to do is open the door. It's windy, but it's not like bad wind, like where it makes everything. It was shaking the house earlier, but now it's not shaking the house so much. So I should be able to open it for a little while. All right, let's get this sum back together again. Katie, what is the name of that pad? Oh, the name of this block is called Spinning Star, and it's on page 344, and it's block number 673. But I don't know if you'll be able to hear my wind chimes or not, though. But you might be able to hear them. Maybe. You might hear them.
Zoom does a pretty good job of suppressing background noise.
Yeah, it does. I have this upside down. Duh. I'm like, wait a minute, that don't look right. There we go.
I keep losing the chat.
Hi, Lori. Katie, what does it mean to swap playlist? Okay, what it means is someone's going to come to your YouTube channel and pick a playlist, and they're going to watch the whole playlist. And you're going to go to their channel and pick a playlist, and not a playlist that has 3 videos, because that's not fair. You need to find one with several videos on it. And you watch their entire videos. And the purpose of the whole swap is you watch theirs, they watch yours, you get watch hours, you get likes, and they'll comment on it. You know, some people will comment on every video. Someone might comment on every 2 or 3 videos. It just depends on who's doing it. But when you're watching theirs, you need to hit the like button and at least comment every so often on their videos, so that they know you're watching their stuff. Because it takes, Chaunda knows, I've watched her entire channel now.
I just let him play.
Yeah, It's basically it helps make the channel stronger, because they're giving you watch hours and likes and making comments from time to time. You don't have to do them you don't have to comment on every last one of them unless you want to, but you don't have to. But saying hi, what I like to do is I'll start at the beginning of a playlist and I'll say, hey, I call it I go cruising on the playlist train to parts unknown. That's what I say. And then about 4 or 5 videos down, I'll make a comment. And then another 4 or 5 videos, I'll make a comment. But I do make sure I like every one of them, because that helps a lot. Hey, you know what? This does look better. Look at that. See? No weirdness about it now.
Yep, there you go.
Yep, that's all it was. Is I didn't notice I had it was off a little bit. A whole eighth made a big, yeah. That's why I'm like, wait, that don't look right. I keep forgetting to move my videos to a playlist. Yeah, that's the other. Yeah, Reed, if you make some playlist, it'll make it easier for me to watch your videos. By the way, when I want to go watch replays, I mean, or when you do premieres. And Rita says, I sent you a photo of what the only butterfly I'm keeping looks like to okay. I'll have a look here directly. Was Kevin live tonight? If he was, I forgot about it. I didn't look to see when he was going, because I usually try to be there. I do have playlists, said Rita. I don't remember whose channel it was, but I found a channel that didn't have any playlist on it. All of their videos were mixed together. What yours? It was someone else's. Now I haven't. I hit 700. I think that's what it said. 700 videos on my channel now. Day before yesterday, apparently. I hadn't really been paying attention because I'm far away from that 1,000 video mark, you know.
Mm-hmm. I don't
It's
know
like
how
I'm
many
gonna
videos
think
you
about
have.
how far away I am from that one. It did make me happy though that I had hit the 500 mark. All right. I would have to make a bunch of pre-records to get to the 1,000, I think. Jaja is like, wait a minute. Jaja says, I'm not sure what I've been meaning to ask what that meant. I asked in his chat, but no one said. They probably didn't see what you asked. Sorry about that. Channel gets slamming and that happens. But yeah, that's what it means. You're just watching someone else's video list. Like what I did this year that I did different. I've been making playlists just about from the get-go anyway. But this year I made sure, and at the end of the year, and I should have been doing that at the beginning of the year, is every time I'm done with the live, make sure it goes into that year. A playlist is just for that year, like like last year 2025, and make sure all the videos are in there, because some people want a long playlist. And when you put all of your 2025 in there, that's like 100 and I think I had 180 videos. And some people will go and watch every one of them.
So that's not an even number.
The pinwheel is much better. Wait till you see it. Now you can't see there's this flaw. You know, I don't mind a little flaw because there is a little flaw in here, but you can't see it. See?
Oh yeah, nobody will ever see that. I mean, I can't see the flaw right now.
Yeah, now if I put it right up at the camera, you might see it.
I mean, I don't even count that, Katie. I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That don't count. This is so slight. But that one earlier before I took it apart, you could really see that one.
Yeah, that one you could see.
Yeah, it would have bugged me. Not striving for perfection here, just, you know, making sure I do it right. All right. I don't know. I really hope this doesn't need trimming down though. I've got to find out. I need to do this square and squares and then we'll see where that leaves me. Okay, I need to figure out where the center of these are, because we're going to do that next. I'm going to sew on two sides of this first. And I put a crease in the center so that I can line it up with that center seam. And then I'm going to pin it. Bonnie says that don't count. It's good now. See, there we go. Lori says, good idea, Katie. Yeah. Rita says, I wouldn't last one day. Or wait, Joshua says, Rita, I wouldn't last one day. I like putting my list into categories, but then realize that I have a lot of just miscellaneous ones. Then make a miscellaneous folder.
Yep.
That's what I would do. Make a miscellaneous. Say miscellaneous videos or something like that. Or I don't know, find a catchy title or come up with a catchy title for your miscellaneous.
I agree.
I have some videos that are sitting in 4 different categories because of what's on them. Like it's somewhat like with this 1,000 block one. So I have a category that's Friday nights or Fridays are for sewing or yeah, something like that to that effect. But also because I do these blocks on Friday for the quilt makers, say someone just wants to see only the quilt maker videos. So I made a category so that that same video goes into another category. So someone wants to just look for those specific videos, they can actually find it. Because there's going to be 36 of those videos with that block, with, you know, 36 blocks. Or if or like Sundays are for sewing and someone wants to see just the videos from Sunday, but then someone says, well, I want to look for a video that has to do with Star Climber, and Star Climber's done on a Sunday. But if they want to just see only the Star Climber, there is a playlist for the Star Climber, and I've connected it to those same videos that only have to do with Star Climber, but not anything else. So it's a good way to like subcategorize things you think someone might want to look for. Hey, Geraldine. She says, those are pretty blocks. Somebody just say something about quilt maker. Oh, like, wait. She says, oh my God, oh no, the world has ended. It is not perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. I never, did I say I wanted it to be perfect? No, I did not. Mrs. up there being Mrs. Funny Girl with her being facetious. That's what I love about her. She's got humor. Can I get the Quiltmaker book anywhere? Yes. You can buy it from Amazon. That's what I was looking for. I thought I saw a question about the Quiltmaker book. You can also buy it from Barnes & Noble's online site. It's called Quiltmaker's 1000 Block Book. You should have no trouble finding it on Amazon. I know it's one of the top books right now because they've been selling the heck out of them. But now Alice's Wonderland might have them beat out soon. Walmart has it, says Rita. Oh, okay. It's just, how much are they selling it for with Walmart? I bought mine from Amazon a long time ago, all the way back to 2015. And the price hasn't gone up on it because I paid $30 for it and it's still $30. Okay, we got two sides on here. We'll have a look at it. Go over here and press these. All right. Whew, that's hot. Let's take these ears off of here. Well, sort of take them off. All right, now we're going to put the other two on here like this. Carolyn Byrne. Wait a minute. How big are your blocks? Most of them are 12 and a half. I have two that are 12 and a quarter, and that's probably because I probably did something wrong. I probably made a measurement wrong. So I'll compensate with my sashing for those. Yeah, you can find it on Amazon, and Amazon's not high priced with them. The book is $30, so it's not like $50. You can also buy it from Barnes & Noble because I saw it on the Barnes & Noble website. And like Rita pointed out, she found it in Walmart. I didn't even know Walmart was selling it, actually. I hope to have my Alice's Wonderland video up tonight. I fell asleep editing it, but we'll get it back in a bit. I am filming overhead shots of putting each block together. No taking, just sewing. That's cool, Andrea. Barnes & Noble is out of stock at this second, says Rita. Okay. So Amazon's probably the best place to find it. And it won't take too long for you to get the book. I need to check something out for a minute. Sorry. God, that was rude. right, let's get the other side on and then we'll be ready to sew both sides. Oops. Andrea says she thinks she paid 28 for hers, 15 off. Oh, of that, and or 15 of that was a gift card I won from Katie. Oh, that's awesome. Rita, you haven't bought the book, have you? Okay, that's what I wanted to know. All right. We'll sew this on and then we're going to move the people off.
Well,
Might just get this block together tonight. Maybe. We're getting there. We're getting closer.
this is why I don't do scrappy quilts.
Huh?
This is why I don't do scrappy quilts. Too much going on.
There's something going on. And I love the scrappy effect.
My brain does not want to allow that. My brain wants to make order.
You're not the first one I've heard say that.
And so now I'm looking at all my little scrap pieces here that I put together, and I'm like, okay, so do I have enough of these scraps to get enough of these blocks that look this like my brain wants to make order? And
wow, you should see what this, dang, look at that. Look what that blue done for that. Wow. Oops, sorry for the language.
which one is it, Rita? Do you always do scrappy or do you never do scrappy?
Actually, I need to move this out of the way for a minute. We need to do some trimming up here, I
I
think.
want to try to get 5 identical blocks. So I have a total of 20. I'll have 4 sets of 5, but I don't know if I got enough scraps. I don't know if I have enough pieces here to make it happen. This was a mystery scrap quilt. And at the end of the reveal, I didn't like how it went together. I didn't like it, so I wanted to take the components and just make what I want, make the blocks that I wanted to make. And so I just got tired of it, and so I sat it aside. But I need to figure this out. I need to figure it out. Okay, so it's gonna have to be this. I need 4 per block. 4 times 5 is 20. 4. Okay, I think I have all I need here. Right? This is 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Let's lay this block back out. "99.9% of what I do is scrappy," says Rita.
Oh, more power to you.
Some of us just love scrappy. Yep, this looks like it's going to be fine. Wow, that star really stands out. That's the first thing someone's going to see when they see this block. A right in your face star, because it's all yellow and yummy and sticking out like a, yeah. However, I did make 3 queen size quilts that were not scrappy. They took me just under 3 weeks to complete.
Not bad.
Nope, not bad at all. It looks like I need to be looking at these flying geese. Let's measure this here block. I might have to trim something. These must not be 60. No, they're not. What about this other one? See what you are. Yep. Need to trim these flying geese down a little bit by an 8. Now, how do I trim down an 8? That means I'll have to split the 8th in half. That is going to be so weird. Oh my goodness. Okay.
What pieces do we need? Subbed in half square triangles for that.
Okay, that took care of that one. It looks like we might have, oh, what's going Chaunda,
Uh-huh.
don't you want to go eat?
Just a second. I'm almost done with this.
Okay. Because I see we're at 10:30 now, so that's 9, 8, 7:30 your
I mean,
time.
we can wrap it up. I'm still gonna sit here for 5 minutes and finish
Yeah,
it.
no, just let me know when you're ready to like say, I'm done. Because I'll stay for as long as you want.
I'm just getting my little stacks ready here for my 5 blocks.
Yeah, because that's what I'm trying to do is finish this up. So it'd be great. I just didn't want to keep you from eating because I know you said
No,
you want.
I'm like hyper focused right now, so I'm not even thinking about food at the moment.
Okay, then we'll keep on going until it's time.
Yeah, I just need a. I'm almost there, I'm almost there. If I let it truly be scrappy, I'd be done already. I probably would have made 2 blocks, but my brain just will not allow for it.
It's okay. You have to do what makes you happy. You know? We all got to be happy in what we make. Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
These blocks are just off like so little, but just enough that it need to be trimmed down, you know,
Okay.
so they don't have a big gap on them. Because I hate gaps where it turns into a big raveled mess. You know what I mean?
I do
You
know
look
what
like
you
you have
mean.
the accordion going on in the seam.
Yeah, I do know. I'm looking at one of my blocks here. There's a whole pleat in it. Like there's a literal pleat in the
It's
block.
like so hard. It's so easy to get a pleat in there, and then it takes forever to undo the pleat.
Yeah, I'm not that there was so much to put that together. That pleat is not coming out.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to stay in there
It is
because
a lot.
I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can show the pleat. I'm gonna put a pin next to the pleat and see what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can tell. Probably not.
No, I don't see it.
Yeah, you can't. It's really visible. There's like a fold in the fabric. And
Yeah.
I would have to take so much work out to get to that point, and I just refuse.
Yeah. Don't you hate when that happens? It's like, darn it, I did good until I got to that spot. Now I can't undo it without having to make a hot mess out of it.
So then that's
Shonda is in the zone, says Jaja. Andrea says, I couldn't, but I cannot do links. Can anyone put a link where I can find that book? I cannot find it on Amazon. Um, it looks like Rita did. Hi, Jess. What's up? Okay, now let's get this lined up. We've got to get these points lined up.
so I need 8.
Boy, my wind chimes are singing now. I'm on my last seam. Wait for me, says Bonnie. Okay. Okay, now then I got to deal with you. She says she's just waking up from her nap. Oh, to be able to get a nap. Okay, we got that side pinned. Now let's get this other side pinned.
I think that's it.
That's so seamless.
Let's put a test block.
I have the pattern from the book that are for FPP. Yep. Those are freebies. Whoever was wanting the Amazon link, if you could email me, I could send it to you. I think Rita posted it in the chat. Bonnie says, Katie, I'm so glad that you're doing this month of lives. I've been so motivated to sit down to sew with you hanging out in my sewing room. I'm glad to help. I figured there'd be somebody watching my 28 days of lives. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, my big push is gonna be tomorrow. That's my catch up day. Because
Yeah.
Sunday's like Super Bowl, so I probably won't do too much sewing on Sunday.
Yeah, because you have family coming over, right?
No, I'm going down there.
Or
We have
you're
to
going
drive.
down.
I mean, no, I don't wish they were coming here. Yeah, we're going to Rocky Mount where my folks are.
I need to find the FPP link to that book. Hang on, I'll get it. Because it's on something weave. I can't think of it. Interweave, I think is what it's called. Hold on a minute, I'll get the link.
Cut that part.
Here you go, Jess. I don't know how to share a link to a stream, says Bonnie. Yeah, you need to be a moderator. Regular people can't. Andrew says, since I'm up all night sewing and filming and editing, I am usually sleeping in the afternoon during lives that I can only film at night when Mike is in bed.
That's for that. Since we have purple. Y'all can't even see what the heck I'm doing over here, can you? My bad.
I dropped the temperature in the house too much. Now it's chilly in here. Okay,
I think I got it.
you got it.
Yep.
I'm still working on the center part of this. Hi, Zaza. How are you? I heard it echo. Must be my phone. Look at that. Wow. Y'all look at Chaunda's quilt top. Hang on, I'm gonna look at that. That's gorgeous.
Thanks.
That looks wonderful.
I'll have 5 of them.
Cool.
And when they're all sewn together, they'll look like
That's gonna be a beautiful quilt.
this one.
Wow. I love it. All that purple yumminess.
Okay. So I can finally, well, I'm not going to be doing the pattern as it was designed to be done, but at least I will have done something. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of these pieces I'm going to have left over. I really don't.
Maybe make them into small blocks and put it on the back of the quilt.
It's too much. Like it's a lot. I'm gonna show you. It'll be the this will be the last thing I do. Look, I'm gonna show you. Hold up. Show you how many extra pieces I have left over. Which is why I will never do another mystery.
Okay.
Well, I would do a mystery, just not by this particular pattern designer. I wouldn't do another one of her mysteries. So, half square triangles.
Good, Zaza. So those are all the extras?
Oh yeah, we're not done.
Dang. Oh, that is a lot. Okay, if you don't want them anymore, send them my way.
I'm not even done.
I'll sew them. I'll take the scraps. I won't.
So many.
Yep. I will be putting them on the back of that quilt.
I'm gonna try to use the strips. So I will try to use these strips here. These are
Yeah.
supposed to be the sashing. So I might try to use these depending on how I feel, but I have to see how things line up.
Yep.
But basically, I don't know if have you heard of Bonnie Hunter?
Yes.
Okay, so she does this mystery quilt once a year. At least she used to. I don't know if she still does. And it's almost like marathon sewing.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, it's a mystery and it's completely scrappy. Now I chose to do a controlled scrappy. So there are certain prints that are consistent throughout my project because I needed that. There was no way I could do completely scrappy.
Yep.
But yeah, so but what I did not realize, so I got behind in the sewing. But what I did not realize is I spent 2 whole days sewing half square triangles that were going to go into a piano key border that I don't like. I don't like piano key borders.
Oh, got you.
I just don't like that look of all of those little I don't that's just it was just I like the rest of the quilt, but the piano key border I did not like. And so if I had known that that's what those half square triangles were for, I could have instead of sewing like 800 friggin' half square triangles, I could have did like 200 half square triangles. And I would have I probably would have been able to finish the quilt.
Katie made a mistake. Shit. Oop. These are turned wrong.
Oh, so Lori, you've done some of Bonnie's quilts? So somebody said the worst was Queen of Diamonds, block of month. One person was able to make 3 quilts with the amount of fabric supplied. I'd rather less fabric and a cheaper price. Oh, so that's like one of those kits. I've heard the Queen of Diamonds, is that a Tula? I feel like that's Free Spirit adjacent.
I've never done one of her patterns, so I don't know.
Yeah, it was like I'm home, it's pandemic. Adrian is working like late nights and crazy shifts. So I had all this time on my hands. And so I was like, let's just give it a go. And I did.
You discovered
until it got to be too much sewing. It was just so much sewing. At least to do it in the time that she allotted. I was like, ain't no way.
Yeah.
Is your address on your like some of these are like these are all just like half square triangles that I sewed that I never even pressed open because they're for a border I'm not going to use. So it's like I've got tons of them.
Yeah, my address is sitting on my YouTube channel.
I'll weigh this and I'll see how much it costs to send it over.
Okay. Yeah, because I'll sew them together. Yes, I said a bad word. If you want to call it a bad word.
I don't know what you're
I
talking
mean,
about.
I could have said myriad, which is the same thing, only it's in Spanish. And Nikolai did tell me a word that's in Greenlandic that means the same thing, but I forgot what it was now. What were you going to say, sweetie?
4 patches. Jesus Christ.
Myriad. Or I could have said caca, same thing. That looks like quite a pattern.
This was Frolic.
Wow.
That was the name of the pattern. Frolic.
You never know what the economy is going to do as far as cost goes. Just hang on to it for a while, says Denise.
Not these, not this. Oh, I forgot there's more. More flying geese.
Got some more flying geese.
See if I've got a bag I can put this in. But I don't think your mystery isn't going to have so many tiny pieces, though, Katie. So
No,
it's a little
not.
different. It's a little different. This was a ton of little pieces.
Yeah, I will put a poll up and see what kind of feedback I get. Because if people like, nope, I'd rather you just tell us, don't be, yeah, then we'll do that.
Or you could do one of those where if the people who don't want the mystery can look at the reveal. Like I've seen that done where it's a mystery if you want it to be, but for the people that don't want the mystery, like they can look at there's like a link and they can look at the
pattern.
Look like when it's all done. Yeah.
Yeah. Because all it's going to be is 4 patches and rectangles. That's it.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No.
Hopefully this bag is big enough.
I sewed these on the wrong side. Dadgummit. She says, gosh, why is it so much? Why is what so much? Shipping? Because they can. It depends on how you do it. If it costs too much to send to Katie, you could send it to Melissa to put in her box, or you could send them on my way with hubby unemployed. My fabric buying is non-existent.
Okay. Oh wait, no, there's more.
Mindless stitching moments.
Uh-oh. Well, Dad, blast it.
What? Did you find more?
No. So when I got a little yes, I did find more, but that's not the I got a little too happy when I put everything up and forgot to put the pieces for the block that I made away. So now I've got to rifle through the scraps to find
all of it?
Yes.
Oops.
I'm such a scrub.
It's okay. Just breathe.
I'm such a scrub.
I've done that before.
How did you do that? How did you do that?
Because you got distracted. I just learned to thread my bobbin and my featherweight machine. Now to learn how to use it, says Janet. Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
I remember when I finally figured out how to thread this Janome. Boy, was I a happy camper.
Yeah, like now, I can do it with my eyes closed now.
Pretty much.
That's another reason why, like, I didn't want to get a different sewing machine because I'm like, I already know how to use this one.
Exactly. I definitely am going to look for me a small iron while I'm in Denmark. And you never know, maybe I'll find something interesting in a secondhand store as far as sewing machines are concerned. Are you giving me a man? This one does not want to come out. And I don't want to get like rough with it because I don't want to poke a hole in it. Because then I'll have to recut the whole piece again. And I'd rather not. This here seam ripper is very sharp. It wouldn't take much for me to get carried away here and accidentally poke a big hole.
I have been there, done that.
No, I really love this seam ripper though. My goodness, it's nice.
Oh yes, doesn't it have a nice? It has a nice weight in the hand, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm enjoying is the
Mhm.
weight to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I never had one that felt like that. It just like sits in your hand. You don't have to strain to hold it or anything.
Yeah, I like it for that reason.
Yep, that's what I'm liking about it. First time I've ever had one like this. So used to using the really when I realized when you pick up the one I usually use and then pick this one up, it's like my goodness, it's
It's like
different.
night and day.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I am definitely a very happy camper about it. I'm like, why did I ever put that off buying one? I didn't buy this one. This was a gifted to me, but still, I don't know why I didn't think to when I saw someone selling this style at QuiltCon, and I never even went and looked at it up close because I'm like, man, I don't have money for that. So I just walked away, didn't even really look at it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I saw that shop.
Yeah,
I never would have bought it either, except for I got it at my local quilt store and I was able to pick it up and hold it in my hand. And once
yeah.
I felt the weight of it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be nice.
I could kick myself for not at least trying it out, but that I knew it was going to be pricey, so that's what detoured me from even looking at it.
Right about that.
Sometimes I'm like that. If I think it's too expensive, I'm not even going to waste my time looking at it.
I'm like that too, Katie. Because it's like, why let myself get excited? Why tempt,
Yeah,
why?
exactly. Because I know I couldn't afford it, so don't even bother to look at it.
Yep,
It's like this thing. Nikolai likes window shopping.
I don't.
Guess who hates window shopping? Me.
Me
If I
too.
don't have money to spend, what's the point?
What's the point? Thank you.
What's the point?
Thank you. What
Because
is the point?
it's just gonna make me want stuff I can't have.
Right. And then it's gonna upset me. I'm right. Then I'm gonna have like fear of missing out. I'm gonna,
Yeah,
it's like
exactly. Because you're missing out on it. That's right. So I don't.
yeah, I don't if I'm not buying, I'm not. Now I'll peruse with money in my pocket and not buy anything. I'll do that. But I want to have the option of if I see something that I
Yeah.
want
So
that's reasonably priced, I want to be able to get it or at least have the option to get it.
one time I had $300. It was right after I got married to my first husband, or was it before we got married? It was either before or right after. I don't remember. I needed a new winter jacket, and I had a certain jacket in mind. I wanted a jean jacket that had lining on the inside of it with flannel. and I had saved up $300 to buy a jacket like that because I knew it was going to cost that much. Because they're not cheap when you buy that kind of jacket, even back then.
Right.
And so we're going all over the place in Jacksonville, and the longer it took, the more he got grumpy. And he's like, why won't you just buy that one? Because when I put it on, it didn't fit right. It's too tight on my shoulders. Because back then, even though I was a small person, I have a 17 and a half inch width across the top of my shoulders. So just not any jacket will fit someone tiny who has big shoulders.
Right.
And so it was all, and plus I liked having a jacket that had longer sleeves on it too.
But not just that, but it's an investment purchase. It's an investment piece.
Yeah.
You're going to be wearing it for years. So
Yeah,
you want it to
exactly.
be something that you like and something you actually want.
He got so grouchy, he made me cry. And I'm like, you know what? We're going home. I'm not doing this with you. And I never went shoe shopping with him either because I have the same issue with shoes that I do with jackets because I have a wide, big foot and not just and a high instep, so you can't just buy any old shoe, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I got right and buy. I didn't go shopping with him because he would have me hysterical before it was over with.
I don't go shopping with Adrian just because he doesn't say anything, but you know when you're with somebody's annoyed face. Like
Yeah,
when I
no,
go
you can
shopping, I
feel
kind
it.
of like to take my time.
Yeah,
I'll be in there for a couple hours. I'll pick stuff up, put it in my cart, then I'll put it back, and then
yep.
I'll go get it, and I'll do this for hours. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can literally spend like 2 hours in a store just walking around. And
Yep.
I know like that's not really his thing.
Yep.
So I'm like, look, you can come. I'm not saying you can't come with me, but just understand that I don't want to hear it. Shut your mouth.
You start grumping, you need to either go back outside or I'm going to quit and go home. And and now with Nikolai, he doesn't badger me to hurry up. And
No, he doesn't make me hurry, but I can tell that he's ready to go. Like I
yep.
can see it in his face. He can't hide that, So it's like, yeah.
I remember on our way back from Jacksonville that night, he was so mad, and I'm like, "Why are you so mad? Because we come over there and you didn't spend that $300 on a jacket." I said, "Because I'm looking for a specific jacket, and because you want to be all snipey about it, this is why we're not continuing." And in the end, I found the jacket. I found the jacket, but it took a while.
Yeah, I mean, especially something like that. It's not like it's a throwaway item. You're spending that
No,
much money on something, especially during at that time. Because think about
yeah,
how much money that would be in today's money.
probably more like $600.
It'd be more than that.
Yeah, because this jacket was nice. And whenever winter came, it kept me warm. And it wasn't tight or anything like that. I was able to wear it all the way up until, I don't know, when I couldn't wear it anymore. So I had it a long time before I wasn't able to wear it anymore. And shoe shopping's even worse.
That's why I never let Adrian come with me to like when Joanne was still open.
Mhm.
I would never go with him there because he just could not. They're not very large stores to start with.
Mm-mm.
And so it's like I could walk around that thing like 5, 6, 10 times.
Mhm.
I'm like, sometimes like he'll just want to get out the house, so he'll want to come with me, and I'm like, okay, but just let you be prepared.
What I found interesting is I drug my husband all over Florida in and out of when we were doing the fabric hop shop thing, and he
Mhm.
never complained once the whole time he was being drugged in and out.
Now, I mean, I don't really say anything because not for nothing. If I'm not shopping for me, I'd be just as annoyed. So
Yeah.
like so I try to be fair about it because like when he's shopping for himself, you know, he'll want my input. He'll be like, "So which shirt do you like? Whichever shirt you like, just get what you want. What you like? What do you like? If you don't just buy a shirt so I can get out of here. If it's not, I will say that when it's like when it's not for me, when I'm not doing the shopping, I can get a little impatient myself. So
Mhm.
I'm almost there. Come on, missing pieces. Okay, that's the pinwheel. I think I got it. Okay, that's the pinwheel.
Whoa. I think I just, I did.
Then I just need these 8.
Love online shopping, says Lori. I hate shopping. I take a list, shop my list, and I'll get in and out.
Oh, man, I love to
Then
shop.
Julia says, my husband will go and wait in the Jeep, and sometimes he will come in and not say anything. Yeah, the only time I ever see Nikolai getting feisty about shopping is when we're in the grocery store here. If I wait, like if I keep, sometimes I'll mess around about when we're leaving, and it's probably because I really didn't want to go shopping to start with. And then when we go, yeah, it's kind of that kind of thing. So when we do, it's always later, and usually then the store fills up. And then guess who gets feisty when there's too many people in the store? He does.
Now I don't like that either. I
I'm
do
like,
too.
if you're gonna get grumpy, maybe we should just go. No, I'm just waiting on you to finish because there's too many people in this place.
When I need to go to like Sam's Club or Costco, like I don't go there on a Saturday or a Sunday because it's so stinking crowded in there. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It was because it was basically my fault. We didn't argue over it. It just, you could see he wasn't happy about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I can always just go another time. He says, no, I'm just telling you, look how many people are in here, and it's getting worse, and you know how it is. I'm like, yeah, I do know how it is. Because then people start standing in the way and they're talking to each other. And this is true. One thing I have to say about Greenlanders, they will stop a dozen of them and take up the whole aisle to talk to each other, totally oblivious of the people who want to get down that aisle.
I think that's everywhere because they do that here. They will, on my street, they will literally stop in the middle of the street in their car to have a conversation with somebody that they see.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, hey.
Or stand at the front door of a store and block the way. I'm like, really? I have to walk through you to go in the store? Okay, got next. All right, now I can press this. Agreed. Costco and Sam's Club, no way, says Delia. I don't blame you.
I go after work or something like that. Like when they're not busy, but you won't catch me in there on a weekend.
All right, let's get this first. Now that I pointed it in the right direction this time.
And just the corners. Oh my God, I could kick myself for realsies.
So now you're having a hard time finding them all now?
No, I mean I'm just missing. I've got everything but one component. So I'm almost there. I'm so mad at myself.
It's okay though. Stuff happens. It could have been that because we were talking about something that got you distracted.
Well, no, we were talking about how many scraps I have left over, and so then I just went and just shoved them all together without taking
that
the
was
block up
the
first.
catalyst right there, She can blame it on me.
Oh gosh.
It's Katie's fault.
I wish I had a scale down here. I normally keep a scale down here. I'm wondering how much these things weigh.
Does it feel heavy to you?
It's because I'm thinking it's probably about a half a pound.
That's not too bad. Do you know what? Do you know how much my boxes weigh that come from Syracuse?
Mm-mm.
But we intentionally, you know what? You could mail it to Syracuse. And
Okay.
it could go in box number 3. Because we've been building boxes that weigh about between 20 to 25 pounds. Because it's cheaper for me to ship that much weight.
Okay.
Than a little weight, because a little weight is ridiculous how much they charge. And it seems to go faster with getting my mail from the East Coast anyway. So I meant to ask her if they got there was going to mail a box this week. I need to find out. And I'm supposed to be ordering seeds and stuff for box number 3, and I still ain't done it. But now I can do it because I have money. Got to order me some cool season vegetables. Because I want to have a garden. Might not get the outdoor part of it done this year, but I am going to grow tomatoes on the inside of the house. That is definitely good. Where's the rest of these?
Did you lose pieces too?
I found them. I was about to have a heart attack. Thought I misplaced them. Like, wait a minute, because I want to lay this star out so y'all can see it. But I had to take this off because I had them turned the wrong way. When I looked in the camera, I'm like, uh-oh, we have a problem. I sewed them in the wrong direction. Oops. And it would not have looked like a star then. I wanted you to see this before we knock off. Because, well, it's not sewn together, but you're going to get an idea how it's going to look when I get it sewn together. At least I think so, if I can get it to be still and stop moving around every time I touch it. Oh, I think that's going to look good. What do you think?
Yeah, that looks good. That yellow really pops.
That yellow does definitely pop, and I think that's because the blue helped make it pop even more.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go to Sam's after church on Sunday when they had all the food taste testing. We ate our entire Sunday dinner just eating samples. Wow.
Now, I used to do that with my kids, but I wouldn't go at dinner time. I would go around because they pull the samples out around 11 or 12 o'clock. And so that's when I would take the kids. And we would literally spend 2 hours in Sam's, and I would do my little shopping. Well, actually, we go to Costco, and I would do my little shopping, and we would hit every single sample up so that by the time we left, if the kids were still hungry, we would just get one of those $1.50 slices of pizza and call it a day.
That's interesting. Who'd have thunk it?
Oh yeah, when you're low on money and you got a Costco membership, you can go around lunchtime on a Sunday and get all the samples, free meal.
That's really cool.
They have decent stuff too.
I'll have to remember that next time I go to the States. Definitely will have to remember that.
That is all the pieces. We are good to go.
Pretty block says happy. Thank you. And Lori says that's a really pretty block. And Happy says, I will need to sew my Alice's Wonderland blocks. Yep, I got to work on probably start cutting them out Saturday, or cutting the fabric Saturday for sewing on Sunday. At least I don't have an early morning live like I did last Sunday, but I still have something else going on. Actually, there's a lot of business going on Sunday. I always left with a cart full of stuff, so I did not feel guilty eating off of the Sam's buffet. All right, now we need to get the other side on. But I better make sure they're laying in the right direction. Nope, it's got to go like this. I have mine sewn and filmed from last week and fabric cut and ready to sew for this week. I will not sew with you because I want to film, but I am excited to work on them Sunday night or early Monday. I'll be working on blocks 5, 6, 7, and 8 probably tomorrow. At least getting the fabric cut for them. Because I also have the butterfly that we're going to be working on tomorrow night too. You chance colds and what not eating from places the public has access to. Germs can survive on many. So, yeah.
It's over a pound.
Ah, interesting. That's interesting. And very awesome. That means there's a lot there then.
Yep, it's over a pound. It'll be more because I'm not going to need all of these sashing strips, just some of them. So by the time it's all said and done, it'll, I don't know. I have to see if I'm even going to like the sashing because I might not like it. I might just want the blocks. I think the blocks, they're so busy, they need some kind of sashing, but I'll have to see. Put a couple blocks together tomorrow. Let's see.
And that'd probably be a good idea.
Or I can just test it on the blocks that are already made. I can do that too.
Yeah. They used to do Taste of Greenland on, well, they probably did this last time and I just didn't go. On National Day, they have what they call a Taste of Greenland. And there'll be food everywhere for everybody to dip into when they're celebrating National Day. I don't know what the heck is up with me and my half square triangle. That's not even
All right, Katie, I think I'm about done.
okay.
Get me something to eat and take a shower.
Sounds like a plan to me. Okay, all right. One more time, tell them about your channel, blah, blah, blah.
I am Chaunda. My channel is Under the Needle Quilting and Crafts. And I just like to share quilty and crochet related things that I am working on or that interest me. And that's pretty much it. Me and Katie got some big things coming up, and I'm excited about that.
I am too. I think we're going to have a good time doing that together. Don't you agree?
It's going to be a blast.
What size are your finished blocks? My block, you mean Chaunda's or mine? Mine are going, almost all of mine are 12 and a half except for two, and the two are 12 and a quarter. And that's because I probably did something that made them small, a quarter inch off, but it's no big deal because I'm going to be using sashing, and the sashing will more than take care of that little issue.
Mine are 12 and a half.
Those blocks are pretty, Shauna.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Here's the deal. Tomorrow, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, me and Becca, and I don't know, so, whoever was I was talking about could hop on with me too. Tomorrow, if they want to sew, they can hop on too. We will be working on the butterfly thing and probably talking a lot about different things. So make sure you show up and see Sew Becca. And yeah. And Shauna, thank you for coming today. You know, you're always a joy to have on my lives. I really appreciate you so much. Okay. So you guys remember, wait, we forgot the poll. About the poll.
Oh, that's right.
All right. I almost forgot. What group of people created the technology for a kayak? 39% chose Native American Indian tribes. 10% chose Japan and South Korea. 50% chose Inuits, Yupik, and I always struggle with that name. Oh, never mind. You know what? It starts with a name. And then 2% is Australia. The answer is Inuits, Yupik, and Aleut. They're the ones that created the kayak. The country that uses them a lot, besides the Inuits, is Japan and South Korea, which is interesting. They created a type of kayak way back in the 1800s, apparently. But the Inuit kayak dates all the way back to when they were going back and forth. And I want to show you how it's spelled. It sounds the same as how, so this is the English spelling of a kayak. This is the Greenlandic spelling of a kayak. And there's a slight pronunciation change, but it's similar. So anyway, remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. What do y'all do with all that? You either make something beautiful or you go make someone's day be a beautiful day. So see you guys tomorrow on the next live. Good night, everyone. All right, where's mine? Uh-oh, where'd it go? Can't find the disconnect window. That's weird. Okay, so there's always a way around everything. Okie dokie. Maybe that's when I accidentally closed the window earlier and I couldn't find it. Remember that?
Oh, maybe.
Hang on, I'm trying to get it the live shut off. Okay, now I found it. That's so funny. Oh my goodness. I crack myself up sometimes.